the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Carolina basketball is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Take a taste. This is the Reed's Jewelers pregame show.
Brian Dutcher led San Diego State to the national championship 2 years ago. As an assistant at Michigan, he was a member of Steve Fisher's staff that won a title in 1989. The eighth-year head coach clearly knows what it takes to cut the nets down. While it remains to be seen if the Aztecs will be dancing at the end of the night, Dutcher says he, like Carolina, just happy to be in a field of 68.
You know, when you're on the bubble, and a lot like North Carolina, you're just dying to get in so you have an opportunity to play. So both teams finished in fourth place in their conferences. Both teams were probably sweating it out a little bit, making sure they had an opportunity to play in March, and we'll both be excited to have an opportunity to continue to play in the NCAA tournament, which is the ultimate goal of any program in the country.
Playing on a Tuesday in this event isn't optimal for a team that had to fly across the country, but Dutcher says he feels like his team has managed its time well.
So we'll have a chance to get up in the morning and practice, work with the NCAA on our travel plans, and then get in there and have another day to get ready. So we've had obviously not making it to the conference championship game, which we've done in consecutive years, to be done early. We've had a couple days to rest our legs. We got on the floor today and had a really good workout. And now we'll get back tomorrow with a game plan for North Carolina and start putting into practice.
Finally, the Aztecs are going to go with the guys that got them here, but it's hard to ignore two guys that haven't played recently. Reese Waters missed the entire season, and Magoon Guath hasn't played since late February.
To lose Reese for the year was devastating. He was the only first-team all-conference pick we had, the only experienced player coming back, and to lose him for the year was tough. And then to be fighting for an NCAA tournament spot and lose Magoon, the freshman of the year and the defensive player of the year in the Mountain West, with 6 games to go in the conference, added to the frustration. But to their credit, our kids fought, won the games they had to win, and obviously I think if we're at full strength, we have a chance to play for a conference title. But that didn't happen. But our goal is always, no matter how it goes, is to play in the NCAA tournament. That is the ultimate goal. And we've won conference titles here before and then lose in the conference tournament and don't go to the NCAA tournament. So we schedule with an intent of making the NCAA tournament every year.
And that's San Diego State head basketball coach Brian Dutcher here on the Reed's Jewelers pregame show. As we press pause, we'll come back and run through the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Again, one of our first 4 games already a final. Next one to come between Carolina and San Diego State from Learfield.
If you're a Tar Heel fan, you know what a winning lineup looks like. Tough, dependable, and versatile. So if you're looking for a new car, check out Honda's impressive award-winning roster to find your MVP. Civic, Accord, CR-V, HR-V, Passport, Odyssey, Ridgeline, and Pilot. Rugged capability, intelligent all-wheel drive systems, and traction modes. Find your Honda at your Honda dealers of the Carolinas today.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance was just named one of America's best insurance companies by Forbes and the nation's best auto insurer in Crash Network's Insurer Report Card for the 3rd year in a row. Sometimes being the best means being a little different. Our difference is our people. And with agents in every county, you've got local, award-winning service right in your backyard. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
The tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports. And we've got you covered on SiriusXM College Sports Radio. There's complete coverage of every major conference, plus live games and 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now and see offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 25.
This is the NCAA Tournament on the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Liberty Senior Living communities offer vibrant lifestyles in some of North Carolina's most sought-after locations. The amenities of fine resorts and the incomparable comforts of home. All Liberty Senior Living communities are designed for active seniors and feature whole-person wellness, distinctive dining, life enrichment, and top-class amenities and services. Visit your local Liberty Senior Living community, the Templeton of Cary, today and come home to the retirement you deserve. Exceptional senior living here, there, and everywhere you want to be.
You are the co-pilot. You go by many names, and Marathon knows how important you are to your team. You are the carpool driver, the assistant coach, keeper of the shoulder pads, the knee pads, and the helmets. The back of your car looks like a sporting goods store. You are the top dog at the tailgate. The ride there, the ride home, and in between, you are the biggest fan. This season and every season, Marathon is proud to fuel you and your team because we're driven together.
Hey y'all, this is Michael Felder, co-host of College Sports Now. We're breaking down all the action from around the country every week during the football season. We'll look beyond the box score and keep our finger on the pulse of college football from September all the way through the national championship game in January. Listen all season long on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you love to get your favorite podcast. And be sure to follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets.
Approaching the tip-off between Carolina and San Diego State in the first four. This is Dave Nathan welcoming you back to the Reed's Jewelers pregame show. Time for the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard after we pause 10 seconds for a station ID down the lines on the Tar Heel Sports Network. Carolina and San Diego State, again, our next game from the first four after our first matchup has gone final. Alabama State gets a length of the floor pass with inside 3 seconds to go, converts a layup and beats St. Francis 70-68. The action after tonight continues tomorrow with Mount St. Mary's versus American at 6:40. Then at 9:10, it's Xavier versus Texas. Carolina women's basketball opens up its tournament on Saturday at 4:30 from Carmichael against Oregon State. Carolina baseball on the field tomorrow at 4 o'clock versus UConn. Other action in the big dance beginning on Thursday sees Creighton versus Louisville at 12:15. Then High Point versus Purdue at 12:40. Montana, Wisconsin at 1:30. At 2 p.m., it's SIU Edwardsville versus Houston at 2:50. Alabama State with the win faces Auburn. McNeese Clemson tip off around 3:15. Then at 4:05 it's VCU and BYU. Georgia Gonzaga at 4:35. At 6:50 Tennessee takes on Wofford. At 7:10 Calipari and Self. Arkansas and Kansas. Yale versus Texas A&M at 9:25. At 7:35 Drake tips off against Missouri. Utah State tries to tackle UCLA at 9:25. At 9:45 Omaha versus St. John's. At 10 p.m. UCSD goes up against Michigan, and UNCW takes on Texas Tech at 10:10. Off the court, Indiana has hired Darian DeVries, formerly of West Virginia, as its new head coach. DeVries led West Virginia to a 19-13 record this year in Morgantown. Prior to that, he was at Drake, where he won 150-55 with 3 appearances in the tournament and 20-win seasons every year. That'll do it for the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Helping you is what they do best. We'll come back and hear from Jones and Coach Davis in part 2 of the Continental Tire Coaches Corner. Plus, we've got our keys to the game coming your way right after this from Learfield.
Hi, this is Cricket Lane, Senior Associate Athletics Director for Student Athlete Development. As the Bank of Doing, Wells Fargo is proud to be the official sponsor of Carolina Athletics. Wells Fargo is supporting our student athletes in and out of their sport. With interactive financial health curriculum and empowerment resources, Wells Fargo has a game plan for the full student athlete experience from their first semester on campus through graduation. Learn more about what Wells Fargo is doing to put people and communities first by visiting wellsfargo.com/impact.
At Reed's Jewelers, we know that the rules of engagement were made to be broken. So don't settle for the first ring you see in the case. When you put a ring on it, make the moment your own with something that's just as unique as your love. Whether you're going big, keeping it subtle, or finding a happy medium, we're here to help you say I do with a one-of-a-kind design. Because doing things your way is what makes them mean everything. Reed's Jewelers, an official partner of Tar Heel Sports. Visit your local Reed's Jewelers in-store or online at reeds.com to chat with an expert.
You sit in traffic now, but later, there's an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, all your patience is paid out in gold. You remain calm through honks, bumper to bumper, and people yelling. Come on, move! You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Tar Heel fans, this is Hubert Davis, head men's basketball coach at the University of North Carolina. Carolina fans are the best in the nation, and I'm so thankful for your support. Just like our team relies on solid fundamentals, you need the right foundation for your feet. And that's where the Good Feet store comes in. Their team of trained arch support specialists will find a personalized solution for you to help relieve foot, back, knee, and even hip pain. Support your heels today and head to the Good Feet store in Chapel Hill, Raleigh, Greensboro, and a new location in Wilmington.
Progressive understands that bond between you and your boat. But imagine if something happened to it. Without the boat, you're just Tina with too much boat knowledge. Sure, it's helpful on the water, but with no boat, you're someone who talks way too much about knots, and no one cares what a jib is anyway. Boat Tina could get away with it because she has a boat. So make sure your boat is insured. Get Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer, and then go back to being you, Tina, who owns a boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Tar Heel fans, this is an exclusive message from our favorite pizza partner, Domino's Pizza, who is on site at every home game where concessions are sold.
Hey Tar Heels, this is Ryan from your local Domino's. Our UNC alumni family-owned company has an exclusive everyday offer for all Tar Heel fans across all of North Carolina. Order online for delivery and use coupon code UNC at checkout and receive 25% off your entire online delivery order. That's right, 25% off everything. It's a great day to be a Tar Heel. Go Heels!
Carolina basketball is brought to you by Wells Fargo, official retail bank sponsor of Carolina Athletics. This is the Reed's Jewelers pregame show.
It is the first for in Dayton and the third ever meeting between Carolina and San Diego State. I'm inside the Continental Tire Coach's Corner alongside the head coach of the Tar Heels, Hubert Davis. Coach, San Diego State leads the nation in field goal percentage defense. They are top 15 in multiple defensive categories nationally. What makes this team so good on the defensive side?
Well, one, they have really good individual defenders. I mean, from A to Z, everyone can really guard the ball. They're 100% bought into this is our identity, and for us to be successful, they know that they have to get after it on the defensive end. They're also, they've got some length and size in there that, they lead their conference in block shots. And so when you have a rim protector, you can pressure the ball more because you got somebody on the backside that can block and alter shots. And so the good thing for us is, in the 30.
A little different from being a 5 seed, a 4 seed, to being an 11 and coming to Dayton in the first 4. What changes in how you prepare your players, if anything?
Nothing changes. It's just the next game. You don't have as much time to prepare. And as coaches, we're always overthinkers anyway. So, yeah, would we like 4 or 5 days to get ready for our opponent? Yeah, absolutely. But at the end of the day, you are who you are. So go out and play your best and try to get a win in March.
Speaking of preparing for your opponent, you have kind of an enigmatic one in North Carolina. Obviously, a really high ceiling, and obviously have had some struggles at times this year. But they've won their last 8 games against anyone not named Duke. And they're a really good shooting team, but you have the best field goal percentage defense in the country. How do you think that matchup plays out tonight?
Well, first of all, I can't believe anybody played a harder schedule than them. I look who's beating them. It's Auburn, Michigan State, Florida,
Alabama, Duke 3 times. So let's throw the record out the window. Yeah, they've had some tough losses, but this is a really exceptional team. They're talented. They score at a high level, and we'll have our hands full trying to slow them down.
Coach, we appreciate your time as always tonight. Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Nate, thank you very much. On the other side is, in fact, the North Carolina team that was the most heavily discussed after and even going into Selection Sunday. But now they're here, and Hubert Davis' team has a chance to do something about it. Again, Nate Gatter with the head coach of the Tar Heels.
Coach, obviously, this is a program that even before you and under you has been in this NCAA tournament time and time again. You guys have gone a long way in this tournament. This is a different perspective than you normally have with a 48-hour turnaround to play in the first 4. What changes, if anything?
Nothing changes. I mean, we've played in tournaments where you play 3 games in 3 days. We just finished the ACC tournament where we've played 3 games in 3 days, and there's a number of times throughout the year, throughout the conference, where we're playing Saturday, Mondays, home and on the road. So this is no different in terms of our preparation and how excited we are to compete against a really good San Diego State team.
It's a really interesting matchup between the two of you because you have a team that can shoot the ball, that can score the ball, and they have the best field goal percentage defense in the entire country. What's most important for you offensively to get good shots and make shots even against a really good defense?
Yeah, I think the most important part is taking care of the basketball. You know, we've really in 2 different areas. One, obviously, with the pass, but number 2 is with our shot selection. If we take care of the basketball, we'll generate good shots. And throughout the entire year, when we've taken good shots and taken care of the basketball, we either make them or get the offensive rebound or get fouled to get to the free throw line.
Obviously, you guys were on the bubble right up to Selection Sunday, which is not the position that you've been used to in recent years. Is there a sense of relief for you and the players to know we're in and now we control our own destiny? We don't have to leave it up to any ranking system or any committee. As long as we keep winning, we keep playing?
You know, we have a sense of thankfulness and appreciation of how awesome it is to be a part of this tournament. Even from North Carolina, we don't take it for granted having the opportunity to participate in this tournament, and we consider it a blessing to be here, to be a part of it, and really enjoy having an opportunity to compete.
Coach, we appreciate your time. Best of luck tonight.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, that conversation certainly the most heavily talked about one leading into today about whether or not they deserve to be in or not. Even the governor of West Virginia weighing in yesterday. That doesn't even matter. Nick Baugh, what matters now is what happens on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. And for San Diego State, they've become a household name in terms of NCAA tournament success. You know what they are. They're building the defensive end of the floor. Number 1 field goal percentage defense in the country. They're number 1 in block percentage. But a huge part of that is Magoon Gwath, who is the Mountain West Conference Defensive Player of the Year. He's missed the last 5 games. He is in the lineup tonight. That changes things dramatically. Sometimes against San Diego State, Jason, the best shot you're going to get is a contested jump shot. You know who's really good at making contested jump shots?
A guy that's been in the tournament a lot.
R.J. Davis is good at making contested jump shots. Something to watch for. The more North Carolina can score in transition to not go against that vaunted half-court defense could really serve the Tar Heels well.
Yeah, remember, R.J. Davis was even on that team in 2022 when they went all the way to the national championship game. We'll find out coming up here on the other side. When we return, it's back to Nate Gatter and King McClure to get going in this second game on this Tuesday night. You're listening to the Men's Basketball Tournament 1 NCAA Radio Network.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
After battling through the brackets, one team gets the chance to climb the iconic Warner ladder. The final net cutting is the culmination of all the hard work and effort it took to reach this moment. And getting here puts these players and coaches in rare air. It's the same for all the trade professionals working from 20 feet to 20 stories. Every day they challenge themselves to conquer new heights. And Warner is the brand they trust to have their backs. Warner, the #1 pro ladder and official ladder of NCAA March Madness.
Back in Dayton, where it's time for Game 2 of the day and of the 2025 NCAA Tournament. The 11th-seeded North Carolina Tar Heels and the 11th-seeded San Diego State Aztecs. Two of the last four teams into the field. North Carolina somewhat controversially so, but they are both in the field, and it's win or go home tonight in Dayton, Ohio. Nate Gatter, King McClure, back with you for Game 2 of our doubleheader this evening and of the 4 at the first for the next couple of days. Time for the keys to the game, sponsored by Realtors. Buying a home can be a lot, but with the ethical expertise of a Realtor, you don't have to do it alone. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. All right, King, let's start with San Diego State.
And for San Diego State, you have to make North Carolina play in the half court. They are 34th in tempo, North Carolina is. So if you make it a half court game, your defense is 13th in defensive efficiency, according to KenPom. So make them play in the half court. For North Carolina, you want to control the tempo. UNC, like I just said, they're 34th in tempo, according to KenPom, and San Diego State is currently 245th. San Diego State wants to slow the game down, so if North Carolina get in transition, push the ball, put pressure on the defense of San Diego State.
San Diego State at 21-9, 14-6 in the Mountain West, coming off a quarterfinal loss by 10 in the Mountain West quarters to Boise State on Thursday afternoon in Las Vegas. They are under Brian Dutcher in his 26th season at San Diego State, his 8th as the head coach. His starters in the backcourt are a pair of second-team All-Mountain West Conference selections, Nick Boyd and Miles Bird, along with B.J. Davis. The freshman and defensive player of the year in the Mountain West is the man in the middle, Magoon Guap, joined in the front court by Jared Coleman-Jones. Checking the starting lineup, sponsored by Cintas. Workdays are better when you partner with Cintas. Keep your team protected, prepared, and looking great. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. Once again, for SDSU, the guards are Boyd, Bird, and Davis. The forwards are Coleman-Jones and Guath. He is returning from a sprained knee injury that has kept him out for nearly a month. He last played February 22nd against Utah State. Meanwhile, for North Carolina, 22-13, 13-7 in the ACC. Certainly, they played under expectations this year. Picked to finish second in the ACC. They came in 5th, but they've won their last 8 games, as you heard in the pregame, against anyone but the top-ranked, or second-seeded, as it turned out, Duke Blue Devils. Hubert Davis is the head coach in his 4th season as the lead man in Chapel Hill since taking over for the Hall of Famer Roy Williams. In the backcourt, he has Elliot Cadeau, the assist leader for the Tar Heels at 6 per game. Drake Powell joins him, a 6'6" freshman. R.J. Davis is at guard, 3rd leading scorer in ACC history, behind only Tyler Hansbrough and J.J. Redick, with more than 2,600 in his career. Jalen Withers is the forward, 6'9" grad student, 44% from three-point range. He is a marksman for the Heels. And the man in the middle for them is Van Allen Lubin, the leading rebounder for Carolina, 5.5 a game, but he stands only at 6'8". San Diego State will have the 2 tallest players in the starting lineups, Coleman-Jones at 6'10", Guath at 7 feet. Carolina does not have a starter over 6'9". Once again, for the Tar Heels, it's Lubin and Withers in the front court, Cadeau, Davis, and Powell in the back court. They got a little chip on their shoulder. It's well known, it's been well discussed that a lot of folks around the country don't think Carolina should have been in. In fact, the San Diego State players we talked to said they've been getting tweets and DMs from random fans saying, "You're America's team. Beat North Carolina for us. Knock those Heels out of Dayton." But Seth Trimble said, forget everybody else. R.J. Davis said, we're going to embrace the villain art. And when we talked to them yesterday, they were ready to be the bad boys of this tournament, if that's what it takes, to advance Carolina on to Milwaukee Friday afternoon to take on 6th-seeded Ole Miss in the South region. Time now for the opening tip, sponsored by AutoZone. Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Our officials in this game are Doug Sermons, Tony Padilla, and Nathan Hall. San Diego State is in the white uniforms with black trim and San Diego State lettering in a straight up and down type, narrow across the chest with red numbers front and back outlined in black. North Carolina, what else would the Heels be wearing? Their famous Carolina blue with the Argyle up and down the sides, white trim, numbers, and lettering.
North Carolina has Lubin to jump against Guath for San Diego State. The ball is in the air, and the tip in the end, I don't know if it was touched by either of them. It's batted back by the left hand of Miles Bird for San Diego State to his backcourt mate Nick Boyd, who handles the ball for the Aztecs. They move from left to right against Carolina's man-to-man. Just underway in game 2 of the day in the tournament. Magoon Guath, left wing 3, missed it off the heel. His first shot in nearly a month in game action. Carolina the other way. R.J. Davis, near side left, throws it into the corner for Withers. He tries to throw it back to Davis and picked off easily by Miles Bird. Left to right, hesitates right wing, throws to Boyd straight on, thought about a 3, working on Drake Powell. He works to the right side, throws it back to Coleman Jones down the arc, swing it left side to B.J. Davis. Davis weaves through the lane, over to the right elbow, pulls it back, pull-up jumper. Good from 16 feet. It drops for B.J. Davis, who has the opening basket of the night.
He's averaging 11 in the last 4, and he's what we call a true 3-level scorer. Right there, gets to his mid-range jumper, stop and pop.
Elliot Cadeau drives left lane line and scoops it up and in with the left hand over a couple of Aztecs' arms.
That's way too easy. San Diego State's defense is way too good to allow free reign to the rim like that.
2-2 game. 70 seconds played in the first half. Far side left wing, Nick Boyd. Bounce pass entry. Left block extended. Guath backing it on Withers, who knocks the ball free. It's loose toward the Carolina bench, and it's out off of Guath and San Diego State. Jalen Withers earns a turnover and a possession for Carolina. That's the kind of defense they're going to need to do when outsized early out of this game.
And if you're Guath, you have to protect the basketball one-on-one. They ran the play for him to be isolated at the elbow because you have the height advantage, but you have to take care of the basketball and not allow Withers to be able to get his hand on it like he did.
How hard is this for him after nearly a month-long absence to get up to game action as the officials stop play because the shot clock didn't start on time?
It's super hard because you got to get the rest off. You got to get back into your rhythm, back into your flow, and it could take a little minute for you to do that. And especially in a moment like this, this is a huge moment. So I'm interested to see how quickly he gets his timing, his rhythm, and his flow back.
This might take a minute. The game clock is showing 1 minute and 84 seconds, so that's not going to work. They've got it reset to 18:43 now in the first half. Ryan Dutcher smiles. And North Carolina will have the basketball with nearly an entire shot clock. In a 2-2 ball game, although the scoreboard now shows 0-0, they're now getting it reset to 2-2 with the ball back in play. Carolina tip pass stolen by San Diego State. Boyd runs out left to right. Ragged start between these two teams, not unlike what we saw in the first game. Boyd gets to the left elbow, throws it out. Coleman Jones, right slot 3, missed it short. Rebounded by Cadeau, listed at just 6'1", the shortest man on the floor. Cadeau goes between the rings to Withers, who thought about a 3 with his heels nearly on the logo. He has that kind of range, 44% shooter from deep this year. Powell crosses over, top of the arc, wiggles and drives right on Guath, kicks it out to Davis. 11 on the timer, straight on. R.J. Davis, one of the best players in Carolina history. Works to the right slot, gets a switch on Coleman Jones. Bounce pass, threaded through underneath to Lubin. It's knocked away from him out of bounds at the baseline. 3.4 seconds on the timer. Carolina keeps it.
And that's what the San Diego State defense will do to you. They'll suffocate you, they wear you down, make you go late into the shot clock. 2 turnovers already in the first 2 minutes of the ball game.
Cadeau to trigger on the baseline, gets it into a curling Davis, catch and shoot, 16-footer right side, missed it off the heel, long rebound out to Carolina. Powell grabs it at his knees and shovels out to Davis, far side right. Working against the experienced Boyd, a couple of fifth-year men on each other. Drives left, bounce pass left corner, Cadeau for 3. It's good! Elliot Cadeau has 5 points for Carolina, their first 5 of the game, and they're on top by 3 after 2.5 minutes.
Well, he's shooting 71 from 3 in the last 4 games. Elliot Cadeau is feeling confident, and he's looking good from behind the arc.
It's a great point. He's not really known as a 3-point shooter, but he made a career-high 3 against Duke in the ACC tournament. Boyd got away with a push-off on Cadeau, negotiates right of the paint, throws it out to Davis, 8 on the timer. Left mid-post entry, Coleman Jones. He kicks out Boyd, right corner, catch and shoot 3. It's good to answer. Nick Boyd shoots the 3-point gun into the stands after he ties the game at 5, 3 minutes in.
And he's shooting 53 from 3 in the last 3 games. Both of these point guards shooting exceptionally well from behind the arc, and they're confident.
Left corner, Powell thought about a 3 over Bird, lobs the post entry to Lubin, and stolen by a leaping B.J. Davis for the Aztecs. Boyd, catch and shoot, left wing 3, missed it short. Strong side rebound, snared by a leaping Powell for Carolina. 5-5 game, 3 1/4 played, UNC ball, but a steal by Miles Bird, who lost the ball going in, takes it out to the left corner, tries a 3, missed it off back iron, offensive rebound, Coleman Jones for SDSU. Kick out Guaf. Pump faking a drive. Right to the paint. Goes up over Lubin, and he's fouled. King, I saw your hand move. I know exactly what you're thinking. We saw the same thing in game one, where a guy going in on the break lost the dribble because of these inflated balls that are popping up in their hands.
The basketballs are extremely inflated, and that's what you have to know if you're a player. Some of those power dribbles that you take before you go to the rim, you can't do that because the ball will pop up unexpectedly like we just saw. Those balls are extremely inflated, and I'm sure that Bird just learned that the hard way.
Lagoon Guap is a 65% foul shooter, looking for his first point in nearly a month. Free throw on the way, and it's no good off the front rim, and it falls off the right side. Later on, we'll select the smart coaching move of the day, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. 5-5 game, 16-28 remaining in the first half. San Diego State has a chance to take the lead. Guap a slow start. Second free throw up and good. Maybe that'll get him going. Seeing the ball go through the net for the first time since his sprained right knee on February 22nd. He's wearing a big black right knee brace. 6'5" San Diego State. Cadeau has all 5 for Carolina. He drives and kicks. Withers, left corner, 3 is good. Jalen Withers did not make a 3 against Duke on Friday, but a 44% three-point shooter who hit a career-high 7 in the ACC tournament win over Notre Dame. He has his first of the NCAA tournament in 2025. 8-6 Carolina after 4 minutes. Near side right, short corner, it's Miles Bird. He throws it out to Jared Coleman-Jones. Between the rings, Davis. Pick and roll. Coleman-Jones. Fumble the pass. Lost it. Carolina on the run. Cadeau. Bounce pass in transition to Davis, who lays it up and in. What a catch. And a pass in one motion by Cadeau in transition. And Carolina leads 10-6.
Cadeau's eyes are always up. Knows where the cutters are. Knows where his teammates are. And just a dime dropper.
362nd career assist in 2 years for Cadeau. Left elbow, Coleman-Jones. Gives it up left wing, Boyd. He jabs left, he breaks right, he tries a 3, and he missed it short, and a foul on the rebound goes against San Diego State. Lagoon Guat picked it up for getting into the back of Jalen Withers. 15-22 remaining first half. Carolina 10, San Diego State 6. For the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. We leave no warrior behind. Wounded Warrior Project is a non-profit organization created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war. Whether those scars are physical or mental, we're here to make sure that they heal. And whether it's helping those with post-traumatic stress disorder live a normal life again, or giving much-needed support to injured warriors in veterans' hospitals. Because no one deserves our help more than the men and women who risk their lives to keep us safe. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
James Brown and Bill Cowher welcoming you back to Dennis Melvin's house. It's time for the Midnight Snack Run.
This is one tricky obstacle course. Sticking to healthy habits in this kitchen is going to take focus and determination, but it can be done, JB.
He's already entered the snack part of the course, and he's eyeballing a jar of chocolate candy.
That is tempting right off the start.
Uh-oh, he's reaching, Bill, but he pushes it away.
Great stiff arm.
He's approaching a plate of delicious-looking iced cookies.
Oh, Dennis, you only want one of those?
He blows right by him for the apple.
Oh, the fridge. It's make or break time, JB.
He stares down some rich-looking treats. Uh-oh, looks like he's headed for the soda. Wait, he jukes left, grabs the water bottle, and shuts the door with his elbow in record time.
Unbelievable move. I gotta see that again.
And he's out. He even turned off the light.
That's the way you execute a midnight snack run.
Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Furnished by Stand Up to Cancer.
North Carolina 10, San Diego State 6 with 15:22 to go first half in Dayton. Let's check each team's tournament resume, sponsored by Monster.com. Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and make your next career move. Monster.com provides great coaching and millions of job openings. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today. For San Diego State, 21-9, 14-6 in the Mountain West, finished fourth. Lost to Boise State in the Mountain West quarterfinals. First time in nearly 2 decades that the Aztecs have lost their first conference tournament game. They had a couple of big non-conference wins, beat Creighton and Houston and Vegas over Thanksgiving, beat UC San Diego early in the year, which looks great now because the Tritons won 30 games and have a top 50 net ranking. Overcoming lots of lost production, SDSU. Only 8.5% of last year's scoring is suited up this year. Meanwhile, Carolina, there's no way around it. It's a little bit weaker. Just the one quad one win, 22-13 record, 13-7 in the ACC, finished fifth. They did finish the year strong, but there's no way around it that resume is a little iffy.
Yeah, the one quad one win is definitely something that is concerning.
Carolina, the baseline inbound, it was tipped off of Davis and out of bounds. So Carolina turns it over right away out of the timeout. That's the 5th turnover for North Carolina. We're not even 5 minutes into the game. San Diego State gets it back, down by 4. Attacking the rim to our right, Taj DeGorville, the true freshman from Vegas, is in for the first time. One of the best all-around freshmen in the Mountain West this year. He works near side right on the handle against Ian Jackson, the true freshman in for North Carolina. Boyd works in from the right wing. He terminates. Right block extended. Kick out Coleman Jones. Shot clock at 2 and at 1, and it expires. A shot clock violation for San Diego State, and North Carolina not burned on the turnover because the Aztecs give it right back.
And this is one of the better defensive groups for North Carolina. When you look at Powell, Jackson, and Trimble all in, all 3 of those guys are known to be able to sit down and stay in front of their men.
Only 2 starters on the floor right now, R.J. Davis and Drake Powell for the Tar Heels. Near side left wing, it is the aforementioned Davis. He works around a screen, gives it up to Powell. Jab step right on the wing. He works to the left, has it knocked out of his hands by Coleman Jones. And it's a 6th Carolina turnover picked up off the floor by DeGorville. We've had 9 combined turnovers in 5.5 minutes between these two teams. 3 off the bench in for Carolina. Jalen Washington, the big man, Seth Trimble, the forward, and Guardian Jackson. San Diego State gets it to Wayne McKinney III. Left of the paint, he drives, and he's fouled on the floor by R.J. Davis. McKinney is in there along with DeGorville off the bench and Miles Heide, the 6'10 sophomore in the middle. 2 starters for the Aztecs are Boyd and Coleman Jones on the court. That's the 2nd team foul against Carolina, the 1st on R.J. Davis. Baseline trigger into the left corner for McKinney. He's cut off of the baseline by Davis, and they swing it around to Bird. Between the circles, he drives left. He hesitates to the mid-post. He pulls it out with 10 to shoot. Crosses over left, knocked loose by Jackson. 7 on the timer. Heide comes to the near side right to Gorville. Jab step right, breaks left, crosses over back right to the baseline. Floater contested, no good off the backboard of the rim, and it squirts out to Washington for Carolina. 6 minutes played, UNC with a 10-6 lead in the basketball. Between the rings, R.J. Davis throws it right side to Trimble and gets it right back. Davis has started 1 for 2. He has not tried a triple. Crosses over on Heide. Back left. Step back 3. It's good! What a shot by R.J. Davis. He looks into the crowd. He points at Heide. He says, that guy can't guard me. 13-6 Heels after 6.5 minutes.
Tough shot maker right there. R.J. Davis is doing what he does best.
He did not make a 3 against Duke in the semifinal loss in the ACC tournament on Friday. He had just 8 points. Said he didn't want to end his college career like that. McKinney drives. His layup contested. No. Rebound tapped loose. Pulled in by Heide. He goes back up with the left hand and drops it in. San Diego State snaps an 8-0 Carolina run. UNC balled up 13-8. 7 minutes played first half. Kick out right corner, Trimble. He drives, high post, pulled up jumper from 12, missed it off the right side, rebounded by Boyd for the Aztecs. Nick Boyd, former Florida Atlantic Owl in his first season at SDSU. Drives left to the lane. His layup is blocked by a high-flying Drake Powell for Carolina. 3-on-3 right to left. Powell, jump stop, leaps into Heide. Contested layup, no. Here comes DeGorville left to right for San Diego State. With the ball down by 5. DeGorville, left wing, negotiates a screen, draws 2 defenders, skip past Boyd. Right corner 3. It's good! Nick Boyd has come to play. The 5th-year senior has a pair of triples, and he pulls San Diego State within 2.
But the cross-court pass from DeGorville, taking his time, locating the open man. High-level play right there.
Left corner, Drake Powell, catch and shoot 3 for the answer off the feed from R.J. Davis. North Carolina has started 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. A 35% three-point shooting team on the season. The Heels have 4 threes in 4 tries across the first 8 minutes, and it's a 5-point lead. And we're having clock issues again, so the officials stop it for the moment.
Drake Powell is impressive, man. Defensively, his length on the backside help right there. to be a three-man to protect the rim the way he does that, then knock down the shot on the corner. There's so many eyeballs on this game, and you're seeing why this young man is talked about in the first round of the upcoming draft.
How about the timing from a true freshman on that backside block? Allows Hubert Davis the flexibility to play this smaller lineup when he has that kind of athleticism, those kind of instincts. DeGorville, left wing three, missed it short, and Withers goes way up for the weak side rebound and rips it away for the prying hands of Pharaoh Compton, true freshman from Chicago, just in for San Diego State. Seth Trimble hasn't asserted himself yet at the offensive end for Carolina. He handles between the rings, working on Heide. Stutter steps right, gets to the mid-post, scoops it up with the left hand, and he is fouled. A late whistle. San Diego State's bench wanted to travel, did not get the call. 11:43 to go first half. There's a timeout on the court. Our score, North Carolina 16, San Diego State 11. You're listening to the Men's Basketball Tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
You know what I love about spring? It's a season of change, and that means it's time for a closet refresh. Enter Kohl's. With the extra 15% off they have going on, I saved on the latest styles for my entire family, like a cute dress for myself, linen shorts for my husband, and spring jackets for my kids. Just add sunshine and we're set. All thanks to Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. 15% offer ends March 23rd. See store or kohls.com for details.
Something amazing is happening. Technology is working harder, faster, and more reliably. It's delivering results that work. But who makes technology work? CDW. We're a full-service technology solutions provider, advising our clients and designing customized solutions so they can reach their goals and do amazing things. CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Keep your engines healthy with stable in-season protection. Enable your engine to run cleaner, smoother, and stronger than ever before. A simple way to keep your engines running like new. At every fill-up, start with stable in-season protection.
It's time for basketball, and right now Uber Eats has deals on McDonald's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and hundreds more local favorites, so you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a hamburger. Get game day deals now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
11:43 to go in the first half in Dayton. North Carolina 16, San Diego State 11, in large part because the Tar Heels have started 4 of 4 from three-point range. It's time for the Coles back to the game. When Carolina shoots at least 30% from three, that's it. They're 20-5 this year. When they're under 30%, 2 wins and 8 losses. That's the fact of the game. Sponsored by Kohl's. Make this spring a stylish one with on-trend looks for every occasion when you shop Kohl's at Kohls.com, where families come first. It would take almost an effort on the part of the Tar Heels to end up below 30% from three in this game after they start out 4 of 4. They'd have to miss, 12, 13 threes in a row.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job noticing that San Diego State switches 1 through 5. And if Heide, you saw it earlier, one-on-one Heide against R.J. Davis. And the reason why Seth Trimble's on the free throw line is because they attack the same mismatch. You know, they got Heide on the switch on one of their better guards, and their guards do a really good job of being able to create offense off of the bounce without a play being called for them. And Seth Trimble one-on-one, they exposes the mismatch, puts Heide on an island, and just gets to work and ends up at the free throw line.
16-11, UNC on top with 11:43 remaining in our opening half. Seth Trimble will have 2 free throws. Junior from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, an 81% foul shooter on the year. Trimble really a story of the kind of player development that just happens more and more rarely in high major college basketball now. Been at Carolina all 3 seasons. Takes a breath, takes 2 bounces. Righty free throw is good. Only got 10 minutes a game. Didn't do much. Not much scoring as a freshman. Didn't get to shoot a lot. 17 minutes a game last year. Now he's up to 28 minutes a game at a scoring average that more than doubled. 5 points a game last year, up to 11.5 this season. He said, I think some guys go in the portal to hide. that some guys don't want to look at themselves in the mirror and do the work it's going to take to get where they want to be. That wasn't him. That he wanted to play at Carolina, and he did what he had to do to play. He gets both free throws, and Carolina leads by 7.
Yeah, that's a very mature and rare outlook on things, especially in this day and age. But you got to respect the loyalty, especially when it comes to the brotherhood in North Carolina. You have to respect the loyalty that Hubert Davis preaches, and that's who they are. That's the culture that's set.
Top of the arc, McKinney for San Diego State, attacking the rim to our right against the Tar Heels man-to-man defense. Near side right corner, Bird. He lobs it down to the block, extended. Compton, he's stripped by Van Leuven. Out the other way, it's Trimble. Right to left, goes all the way to the rim. Lefty layup, no, but a blocking foul underneath. Called against McKinney of San Diego State. He picks up his first, and the Aztecs third. Nate Gatter and King McClure here at our Granger broadcast position in Dayton. For the ones who get it done, there's Granger offering professional-grade products for all industries, fast delivery, and free technical support. Call clickgranger.com or just stop by.
Nate, the problem is with San Diego State, they have to find a way to generate some offense on the offense side of the basketball. We know they're great defensively. We know they can lock you down. We know that their defense is suffocating. They're top 5 in the country when it comes to block percentage. We know their defense is elite. But offensively, can they generate enough offense to be able to keep up with North Carolina? So far up to this point, they have been struggling on the side of the basketball. But where does the offense come from outside of Boyd?
Trimble gets the first free throw. He's made 3 in a row. Second one is good. So a 4 out of 4 start for Trimble at the free throw line. Carolina out to a 20-11 lead. That's a 7-0 and 15-5 run for the Tar Heels to take their largest advantage of the first half at 9 points. The winner of this game will move on to a Friday afternoon tilt against 6-seeded Ole Miss out of the South region in Milwaukee. Rare Tuesday night game for the 11 seeds, and then 2 days off for the winner until a Friday afternoon game, the second day of the first round proper. Davis works between the rings for SDSU, kicks it out to Guap in the left corner. Hard bump on the drive against Withers with 4 to shoot. Fall away, left elbow, missed it to the right. Rebound loose, tipped again and out of bounds. Last off of North Carolina. San Diego State gets a fresh 20, and they desperately need a basket.
And that's what you want right there. You want Guap taking that shot, a contested fadeaway 2. You want him shooting that with the shot clock running down.
Trigger in underneath to Davis, who comes free, but he was juggling the pass, and he has it swatted by Cadeau because it took a moment for Davis to get up on what would have been otherwise a wide-open layup on a beautiful inbound play.
Davis got wide open, but because he bobbled the ball, it allowed Cadeau to recover.
DeGorville to trigger again on the baseline. His inbound pass is knocked away out of bounds by Carolina. 17 now on the timer. The Aztecs will have another baseline out of bounds. This one's going to come from much deeper in the corner on the near right side, right in front of the Carolina cheerleaders. Pass into Compton, hands it back to DeGorville, right corner. He's bumped by Jackson on the drive. Physical start to this game. Bird bangs into Trimble. Both teams wanted a foul. Neither got it. Near side right to DeGorville. Gets a hard screen from Compton. Throws it back right wing for Bird's 3. Missed it way short. Rebounded by Trimble. Carolina on the run out. Jackson to the rim, right side. He is blocked from behind by Davis. Out of bounds on the baseline, Carolina keeps it. A lot of physicality early on in this game. 3 fouls against San Diego State, 2 against North Carolina. The officials have made up their minds how they're going to call this game.
And the North Carolina defense has been really, really good. Nothing easy for San Diego State on the offensive side.
Lob out near midcourt, and Lubin has to run and get it. Now he has Compton on his hip. He attacks to the rim, and a crowd of Aztecs. He is fouled. And that whistle honestly hurts Carolina because 3 different San Diego State defenders went up for the shot. It went off the backboard to Elliot Cadeau, who was all alone underneath and would have had a layup if not for the whistle. March Madness is coming to a court near you. Experience it live as the nation's best college basketball teams compete for a chance to cut down the nets. Secure your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets. Ben Allen Lubin is at the free throw line for Carolina, 67% shooter. First one up, and good. It's a double-digit lead already for North Carolina, and that was the second foul on Magoon Guap, who will sit down. Not at all how he was hoping his return from injury would go. 0 for 2 from the field, a turnover, and a couple of fouls in 6 minutes. Lubin with another free throw. He's been playing really heavy minutes down the stretch as Carolina has shortened the rotation, and he's been the favorite interior option. Second one on the way. And it's good. It's 22-11. North Carolina doubling up San Diego State on a 9-0 run over the last 2 minutes and change. Lubin, even at 6'8", 230 pounds, played a season-high 33 minutes Friday against Duke. Had his best game as a Tar Heel, to be fair. 20 points, 10 rebounds. Third straight double-double, and his fourth in his last 5 games. San Diego State basketball. Pass to a rolling Compton underneath. A two-hand slam over top of Lubin.
Probably the best offensive possession right there by San Diego State. Get into a ball screen. Compton roll hard. Good pass right there by Bird.
Cadeau drives left, kick out, Withers, left corner three. It's good again. Carolina has started 5 for 5 from deep, and the Heels lead by a dozen with 9:45 to go in the first. A red-hot start for the Heels. Cadeau and Davis have a 3. Powell has a 3. Withers has 2. Davis gets it between the rings. That's B.J. Davis. Throws it to Bird. Attacks right side. Gets to the baseline. Has it ripped out of his arms by Cadeau. Carolina on the run. Floated past to Trimble. Lays it up and in. What a feed by Elliot Cadeau. Timeout San Diego State. The freshman All-American last year, Elliot Cadeau. Another assist. More than 360 in his career. The most by a Carolina underclassman since Kendall Marshall more than a decade ago. And he and the Heels have come out firing. 9:17 to go. A timeout on the court in the first half. North Carolina 27, San Diego State 13. You're listening to the Men's Basketball Tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Selling your home, it's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. You could go it alone, trying to navigate market trends, determine fair pricing, and tackle tricky negotiations on your own. You could second-guess every decision, wondering if you're doing it right. Then there's the showings, the offers, and the mountain of paperwork. Or you could work with the expertise of a realtor, here to guide and help protect as you make your next big move. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
Without maintenance teams behind the scenes, everything stops. Even the game. Lights, broadcast equipment, cooling, you ensure the assets that matter most work. MaintainX was built for professionals like you. A modern maintenance app that helps manage work orders, schedule maintenance, and track inventory. So keep the madness on the court, not in your operations. Try MaintainX free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain in the letter x.com/MVP.
Jason Horwitz, Nick Baugh, back with you in our studios here in Los Angeles with a studio update sponsored by GoodRx. For simple, smart savings on your prescriptions, go to goodrx.com or download the free GoodRx app. First game of the night, we had a near buzzer beater with Alabama State taking down St. Francis. This doesn't seem that, Nick. North Carolina running away early from San Diego State.
Yeah, North Carolina is one of the few teams that can make tough contested jump shots, and those are going down. They're 5 of 5 from 3. San Diego State needs to find some offense to give their defense a chance to get set and win the game for them. Right now, North Carolina getting the open floor and getting open shots.
And think about what they'd be without 6 turnovers as we go back to Nate Gatter and King McClure.
Thank you, Jason. It's a 27-13 North Carolina lead. San Diego State has the basketball, moving left to right. Post entry to Compton. He goes up with a left-hand hook over Lubin. Missed it badly on the rebound tip to Elliot Cadeau. And you can hear King McClure groan next to me in that offense. Cadeau lobs toward Lubin. It's knocked away with the outstretched right hand of a leaping Compton on the baseline. Carolina keeps it. What a start for Elliot Cadeau. 5 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. He has been magnificent, and Carolina can't miss.
He's so impressive. It's his vision. He sees things that most point guards do not see, like that last pass to Trimble in transition. The placement of that ball to where only Trimble could get it while he was running full speed was an extremely high-level pass.
Helps to have an athlete like Seth Trimble. Left wing Davis crosses over on Heide, gets to the rim, double clutch layup, no, and Heide has the rebound for San Diego State. Inside 8:45 to go first half. Nick Boyd brings it over the timeline from left to right. He has both of San Diego State's three-pointers. They've started 2 of 9. Heide thought about one straight away, gives it up to B.J. Davis, near side right. He drives right of the paint, cut off in the short corner, kicks it out to Jared Coleman-Jones. Shovels off to Davis, near side right wing, 7 to shoot. Drives on Cadeau, throws it out to Boyd, deep left wing, 3. Missed it off to the right, rebound bounces once and twice out to the near corner and out of bounds. And North Carolina gets it back. Robinhood Gold gets you a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions. The new gold standard is here. Sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. North Carolina has 4 different players with 5 points already, spreading the scoring around. San Diego State has exactly 1. Nick Boyd has accounted for 6 of the Aztecs' 13 points. Elliot Cadeau works to the right wing for Carolina. He lobs it underneath Lubin. On the catch, goes up, and he's fouled. Then Alan Lubin will be back at the free throw line where he made a pair earlier. Carolina actually has struggled from inside the arc. The Tar Heels are 3 of 8 on 2-point shots. They're 5 of 5 on threes and 6 of 6 at the free throw line.
I just love the ball placement of Elliot Cadeau. Let me speak right. I love the ball placement by Cadeau. It's almost like a quarterback, right? When you're being guarded one-on-one, the quarterback puts the ball to where only the receiver can catch it. Same thing on the basketball floor. Even with that roll that we just saw with Lubin, Cadeau put the ball in the place. Lubin was covered, but because Cadeau put the ball in the place where Lubin had to jump up as a receiver would and catch the ball and go wide, go up. I mean, things like that are, he almost throws them open in a sense. But things like that, high-level point guards, it's a luxury to have. And we don't see too many guys at this level be able to throw their guys open like we see Elliot Cadeau does.
Lubin gets both free throws, 29-13 Carolina. Cadeau has a tattoo running up and down the outside of his left calf that says Godspeed. I think that's what we should tell the Aztecs defenders tonight. Boyd gets inside of the block, throws it out, high post Heide. His post entry is deflected out to the left wing and B.J. Davis. He gets it into Coleman-Jones, backing it on Withers, spins to the baseline for the left side, cut off on the baseline, and he stepped out of bounds. Jared Coleman-Jones turns it over, the 6th turnover for San Diego State in 12 minutes and change. There's a timeout on the court. 7:40 left in our first half. North Carolina 29, San Diego State 13. You're listening to the Men's Basketball Tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get...
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed sponsored jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
It's Power Torque Tools DIY days at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Lifetime guaranteed Power Torque professional hand tools only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships. Fans, you can listen to every minute of the NCAA Men's Tournament on Alexa. Just ask your device to open Westwood One Sports, and you'll be able to select the game you want to hear or get access to our March Madness Mix channel, which will take you to the best action at any given moment. That's Open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa. 7:40 to play in the first half in Dayton after a thriller in Game 1 when we had a later buzzer beater with 1 second left than any we had in the 2024 NCAA Tournament. Amar Knox made a layup on a deflected full-court pass to win it 70-68 for Alabama State over St. Francis. We've got some separation in Game 2. North Carolina 29, San Diego State 13 with 7:40 to go first half. King McClure, if you were Brian Dutcher in that San Diego State huddle, what's going through your mind as to how your Aztecs can get back in this game?
Well, you got to find ways in order to get Boyd going downhill and Bird also getting involved into this ball game. I mean, Bird has been extremely quiet. Defensively, he's been phenomenal. But offensively, he has not been able to insert himself on the offensive side, primarily due to the fact he settles for too many threes. He has to be able to get downhill. Him and Boyd have to take over this ball game. That's the only chance they have of winning.
Bounce pass to a rolling Lubin, and he jams it home. Another assist for Elliot Cadeau. He has 5 in the first half, and Carolina leads by 18. It's a 9-0 run for the Heels over the last 2.5. It's an 18-2 run over the last 5. Boyd works near side right wing, pulls up for 3. He missed it off the heel. Rebound contested. Grabbed for a moment by Heide, but he lost the handle, and Withers claims it for Carolina. More than 3 minutes without a bucket for the Aztecs. Right wing R.J. Davis throws it to Elliot Cadeau in the left slot. He is seeing the whole floor right now. Spins, drives left, scoop layup off the window. It drops, and he looks down at the 7-foot Magoon block lying beneath him. 6'1", flexing on 7 foot. It's Elliot Cadeau's first half, and Carolina has a 20-point lead.
The degree of difficulty in that finish. Left hand scoop over a 7-footer. Oh my goodness, Nate.
Foul on Carolina. Picked up by Drake Powell, only the third on Carolina and his first. It's a 20-2 run for the Tar Heels. Get good at money so you can be a little bad. Invest well at Empower.com. San Diego State has made just 1 of its last 8 from the field. The Aztecs have not scored for over 3.5 minutes. They've outscored 20-2 over the last 6. Carolina's lead has grown to 20. Bird attacks short corner left. Kick out quad, left wing. Off a pump fake, he drives to the rim. Two-hand stuff wouldn't go, but a foul. The ball was knocked out of his hands before he could throw it down. But a foul goes against Carolina, the second on this possession. The help side defender, Powell, just got enough of him. That's 2 fouls on Powell quickly, but he'll take it probably to avoid the dunk.
And plays like that make Guath extremely impressive. At 7 foot, his sidestep 3 to the hesitation. 2 dribbles towards the rim, looking to flush it down with the aggression on the drive. I mean, at 7 foot with his rim protection, I mean that probably got the attention of a few NBA scouts right there.
Guath misses the first free throw. 65% this year. He's 1 of 3 so far in this first half. The first he has played since February 22nd when he sprained his right knee against Utah State. And between free throws, he just had his hands on his knees, hunched over. Second free throw up, and good. It snaps a scoring drought of 3 minutes and 43 seconds for the Aztecs. North Carolina 33, San Diego State 14. 6:15 and counting to play in the first half. The winner advances to Milwaukee Friday afternoon for a date with 6-seeded Ole Miss. Top of the arc, Cadeau throws right wing Withers. Pump fake. He drives. Slows himself in the right mid post. Throws up a floater. No good off the back rim. And is rebounded by San Diego State. Boyd lobs it underneath to Guath. It's tipped. It's out of bounds. Last off Carolina. And San Diego State keeps it on a dangerous pass by Boyd.
And right now, because San Diego State is struggling so much on the offensive side, their defense hasn't been the same level that it typically is. Usually when you're on the court, if your offense is suffering, your defense isn't as great. But when you're scoring the basketball and you're in rhythm, now your defense ramps up.
Utter domination from Carolina in the first half. Inbounds pass underneath to Gorville. Missed the layup. It's rebounded by Withers for the Heels. Brian Dutcher turned away in disgust. Sent Trimble at the other end. Elevates on Heide and lays it in. The Tar Heels in transition take a 3-touchdown lead. It's 35-14 North Carolina.
The way they go through contact Seth Trimble going right at the big, going through his chest. That is how you go finish at this level.
Near side right to Gorville after missing the layup. Another miss for SDSU on a great inbound play action. Kick out Bird, deep straight on three. Missed it too strong. Rebounded by Withers for Carolina. Another three for Bird that misses. He's 0 for 3 in this game. He went 1 out of 4. He had only 5 points last Thursday against Boise State. Cadeau whips it left corner. Triple three. Missed it short. Rebounded by Heide for San Diego State. That's the first missed three-pointer of the night for North Carolina after starting 5 for 5. Another gorgeous feed by Cadeau. 5 minutes left first half. Boyd comes free. Right slot three-pointer. Missed it left. Offensive rebound. Guath, and he floats it back up and in with his right hand. Snaps a field goal drought of more than 5 minutes for San Diego State. And the deficit for the Aztecs is 19. Cadeau top of the arc for North Carolina. Throws it left wing Withers. Finds a high post entry to Davis. Pump fake. Works left on Bird. Bounce pass back out to Withers. Over to the left corner, R.J. Davis. Bounce pass entry into Jalen Washington. Left block, he backs down. He turns right hand hook over Boyd, and it goes down. Mismatch with Washington, who is 7 inches taller than Nick Boyd, and he makes it count. 37-16 North Carolina. 4:20 and counting to play first half. Right slot Heide. Pulls the ball above his head. Chest pass, near side, right corner, Boyd. He weaves toward the paint. Right elbow extended. His jumper, no good off the back rim. Rebounded on the weak side by North Carolina's Jalen Withers. Elliot Cadeau over the timeline right to left. Cut off, draws a switch on the much taller Heide. Over to the right wing is Davis. He crosses over left and back right. Drives to the baseline. Loops all the way out and throws it back to the top of the arc for Cadeau. Bounces between his legs. Tries left on Heide. Scoop layup. No. Nearly grabbed on the offensive glass by Washington, but Guath had position, and Washington called for the foul, his first, on Guath's back. Timeout on the court. 3:49 left first half. North Carolina 37, San Diego State 16. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed sponsored jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
3:49 to play in the first half at a packed UD Arena in Dayton for the nightcap of night one of the 2025 NCAA Tournament at the First Four. North Carolina 37, San Diego State 16. Let's check some of the stats sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. With TurboTax, now Taxes is getting an expert who files your taxes for you so you can stay locked in on the madness. Intuit TurboTax. Now this is Taxes. King McClure, we have talked a lot about how good Carolina's been. 63% from the field, 5 of 6 from the three-point line, and they have moved the ball beautifully. San Diego State, on the other hand, 24% from the field, 2 of 13, 15% from 3. What can they do offensively to try to manufacture some good looks and get going?
You know, we talked about the contrast in styles earlier on in the game, and talked about how Carolina was a top 25 offense, and they look like that, but San Diego State's supposed to be the 13th best defense in the country, according to KenPom, but it looks like that North Carolina is that. But to answer your question, I really don't know. I don't think they have enough scoring options. I mean, when you look at outside Boyd, I really don't know. They don't have enough scoring options outside of Boyd to really generate consistent offense.
Here is Boyd. He throws it right wing. Coleman Jones three. There it goes. Jared Coleman Jones hits the third three-pointer for San Diego State in 14 tries. He's the first Aztec outside of Boyd to make a triple. And the deficit is 18 for SDSU. Right wing, Ian Jackson to answer for Carolina. He missed the three and rims out. Rebound batted to Jared Coleman Jones for San Diego State. Aztecs out left to right. Far side left, Wayne McKinney. He drives right of the paint. Cut off of the mid-post by Trimble. Throws it out to Jared Coleman Jones, working in for the right wing. Bounce pass out to Davis. Between the rings, he crosses over on R.J. Davis. B.J. Davis over the top, and the three is no good, an air ball. He wanted that Davis over Davis crime, but he couldn't get it. 37-19 North Carolina. 3 minutes to go in the first half. 54th all-time NCAA tournament appearance for North Carolina, the third in 4 years under Hubert Davis. R.J. Davis tumbles down, ball's loose on the far side, tie up with B.J. Davis. The possession arrow favors North Carolina, so the Heels will keep it with 14 on the shot clock. Download the brand new Westwood One Sports app and catch every minute of the men's and women's NCAA tournament anytime, anywhere. Don't be left out. Get the Westwood One Sports app today.
You know, to your question earlier, thought about something. They have to get stops, and their stops have to get them out of transition. Because playing in the half court up to this point of the ball game has not been good for San Diego State. So they have to be able to get stops and turn those stops into easy buckets on the opposite end.
R.J. Davis between the rings, shot clock dwindling with 4. He's working on Compton with 2. He drives right, floater, scooped up, no good, it rattles out. Halfway down for Davis on the scoop runner from 8 feet out of the paint. He couldn't get it. B.J. Davis drives left of the paint, lefty layup, no off the window. Rebound, batted out of bounds, last off Carolina. San Diego State keeps it. It's funny because it creates a situation where the identity of San Diego State that we've talked about a lot, being a little more deliberate, being great defensively, has to flip now because, frankly, they can't play a deliberate game and overcome an 18-point deficit in the 22 minutes they have left.
100%. I 1,000% agree with you because they have not been able to have any answers. And defensively in the half court, North Carolina has looked like the way better team, and that doesn't get said a lot when you're playing against the San Diego State squad.
Boyd tries a floater off the left baseline. He missed it badly. He's just 2 of 10 since those couple of threes early. Trimble gets in the paint. Euro step. Righty layup. No, but a foul. And Seth Trimble, who has 8 points to lead the Heels in the first half, goes back to the free throw line where he's made all 4 of his shots tonight. Nate Gatter and King McClure here at our Granger broadcast position in Dayton. Gain a winning edge for your business with Granger. Get fast delivery of industrial-grade supplies to help keep your operations going when you call 1-800-GRANGER or click Granger.com. Trimble bends his knees, lets fly, gets the first one. McKinney got the foul, his second. So he and Guath have 2 fouls apiece for San Diego State. Drake Powell is the only Tar Heel with 2. North Carolina still has not missed at the line, 9 of 9. Trimble has 5 of those free throws. Second one on the way, and it's good. 10 first half points for Seth Trimble. Brother J.P. Tokoto played at Carolina in the mid-2010s. Almost 10 years later, he's the first half star for North Carolina here in Dayton. And a foul away from the ball goes against San Diego State for a moving screen on Farrell Compton. His first, the team's 7th, but at the offensive end of the floor, no free throws for Carolina, even though that puts them into the bonus. Elliot Cadeau brings it up from right to left. 7.6 assists in the first half. 6 assists matches his season average. 7 points, just 2.5 short of his average on the year. Cadeau works near side left wing, gets a screen from Lubin. On the dribble, angles between the rings, harassed by B.J. Davis. High screen with 9 to shoot. Cadeau gets downhill to the right elbow. Switch on Compton. Lob underneath to Lubin, who goes up. Has it blocked by Davis, but a foul. What a pass again by Cadeau. Feels like that's all we know how to say. It's like the video game commentators broke, and they keep saying the same thing over and over again.
Because you get the switch, So on the ball screen, Cadeau comes off, he snakes the screen, which forces the defending big in drop coverage to now step up, which leaves Lubin one-on-one with a smaller guard. So what does Cadeau do? He exploits the mismatch, throws it up in the air, makes Lubin go jump and get it. And then as a result, Davis has no choice but to foul him to try to stop the easy 2 points.
But Alan Lubin, just a 67% free throw shooter on the year. He's made all 5 of the line now in the first half. He has 7 points. Carolina leads 40-19. You said snakes the screen. Explain what you mean by that.
So when you come off the ball screen, you throw it to the opposite hand and go towards the direction of the opposite hand. I'm trying to find a way to describe it. When you come off, you throw it to your opposite hand, which makes you go away from the ball screen, and when you go away, it makes the big go towards you. I've never been asked to describe the snake ball screen.
Kind of like a push dribble to get down here.
But without the visual help, I've never been asked to ask that question.
When you're a natural hooper, you just know. Near side, right corner, Guap rattles in a 3 for San Diego State. That cuts the deficit down to 19. 41-22, North Carolina. 1 minute to go in the first half. Cadeau slowly walks over the all-capital letter drop shadow March Madness type at midcourt. Far side right wing is Withers. Back between the rings, Cadeau. Works near side left wing. Gets a screen. R.J. Davis dribble. Handoff. Rattles in the rise and fire triple. R.J. Davis again. He has 8 of the first half, and Carolina leads by 22. The Heels, maybe a team that some didn't want in the tournament. Guap on the give and go with DeGorville is fouled going to the rim. But they look like a team that certainly wants to be here. And Hubert Davis said the right thing. He said, it doesn't matter that we've been in the tournament 54 times. It doesn't matter that we've been to a record 21 Final Fours, that we were in the national championship just a couple of years ago, that we're used to a much higher seed than this, that this is the lowest seed in North Carolina program history. We are grateful and honored to be here. We respect what this tournament means, what this tournament stands for, and how fortunate we are to be here. Guap misses the free throw, and we're going to approach it that way. His guys have done that, plus maybe the little added bad boys edge.
When they just have out-toughed San Diego State, and they're beating them in their game. And for a San Diego State team that's 13th in the country in defensive efficiency, based off the way North Carolina playing is on the offensive side, you wouldn't be able to tell.
Guap gets the second free throw. Carolina 44, San Diego State 23. 32.9 seconds to go first half. There's a timeout on the court taken by San Diego State with the score. North Carolina 44, San Diego State 23. You're listening to the Men's Basketball Tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Old Spice Swagger Body Wash will make you the MVP of freshness and confidence. With its irresistible scent, it will transform your shower experience, leaving you feeling fresh on and off the field. Pair it with Old Spice Swagger Deodorant, the #1 aluminum-free brand that keeps you feeling like a Super Bowl champion 24/7 when used daily. But don't wait. This dynamic duo is available at Costco for a limited time only. Old Spice, official deodorant partner of the NFL and Super Bowl 59, where freshness meets football greatness.
North Carolina was the team that used the timeout. It's first, so both teams have 3 remaining for the rest of the game. Tar Heels up 44-23 on Diego State in a battle of 11 seeds in Dayton. We are playing in the South region. The winner goes on to Friday afternoon in Milwaukee to play 6-seeded Ole Miss. Nearly 72 hours of rest. Very unusual for a first 4 team, and not bad travel from Dayton to Milwaukee. North Carolina had some plane troubles getting in yesterday that delayed them. They ended up as the last team to practice in front of the public, and there are a lot of Carolina fans who have made the trip. It's heavily Carolina blue around the lower bowl here at UD Arena. Heels basketball, about a 3-second difference. Game and shot clock at the end of the first half. They're going to run it down. Cadeau with 5 on the timer. Starts right, zigzags back left. 3 to shoot in 2. Kicks out Davis, 30-footer, right wing. It's good! Dayton is Carolina blue in the first half at the first 4. North Carolina 47, San Diego State 23 at the break. The Heels make 7 first half threes, and R.J. Davis, who said he didn't want the ACC tournament loss to Duke to be his last collegiate game, is showing out in the first half of the NCAA tournament.
Oh my goodness. You talk about tough shot makers. Right there, shot clock running down. R.J. Davis' ability to be able to relocate and knows where the basketball is at all times. Elliot Cadeau knows where his teammate is. How great has Elliot Cadeau been in the first half? No surprise. Carolina's been absolutely dominant.
Davis, a game-high 11 points. He made all 3 of his threes. Cadeau, 7 points, 8 assists in the first half. The halftime score, North Carolina 47, San Diego State 23. When we return, we'll head back to our studios for the halftime report. You're listening to the Men's Basketball Tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Hey, fellow Gen Xers, it's Elizabeth Banks. Big news! The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the charge. After all, we gave the world the internet. We're trailblazers. Let's lead the way again because we are at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Head to vaxassist.com and schedule today. That's vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
O'Reilly!
Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99. In-store only, limit supplies. See store for details. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
From the Progressive Insurance Studios, it's time for the Westwood One Tournament Halftime Report. You could save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com. Once again, here's your host, Jason Horowitz.
Well, performance doesn't necessarily validate inclusion, but North Carolina trying to leave no doubt on the question of whether or not they belong to the field of 68. 47-23, Tar Heels blowing out the team that was the best field goal percentage defense in the country at the half. Happy to have you back with us here in our Westwood One studios alongside my studio analyst, Nick Bond. I mean, Nick, you couldn't have asked for a better offensive performance in 20 minutes, maybe this entire tournament.
No, this was surgical from the Tar Heels. And if you watch North Carolina throughout the year, when it was right, this is kind of what it looked like. I also think two things can be true at once. North Carolina was pretty good defensively. San Diego State's been a little challenged offensively throughout the year. And North Carolina did a good job of getting in transition, 10 fast break points to 0 for San Diego State. They played through the physical contact, got to the free throw line 12 times, 12 for 12 from the line. But there's no substitute for being able to make contested shots. And that's what North Carolina was able to do, 7 for 9 from beyond the arc. That was about as impressive of 20 minutes of offensive basketball, considering the opponent, as you'll see.
Average college basketball teams that are around 1.06, 1.07 points per possession. The Tar Heels were almost at 1.5 against a really good defensive team. Really impressive. We'll get you back to Dayton for the second half in a little bit, but we checked the tournament scoreboard, sponsored by Maintain X. Maintain X is the asset and maintenance app that brings your unplanned downtime to 0. Try for free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain and the letter X.com/MVP. Earlier tonight, Alabama State, a 2-point win over St. Francis, but how they got that 2-point win, one to remember for a long time.
Simpson will inbound under his own basket. Pinedo pressures the ball. He throws a baseball right-hand pass. Arcing toward the far free throw line. It's loose under the basket. Laid up and in by Knox. 7/10 of a second to go. Amar Knox gives Alabama State the lead, 70-68. Simpson with his right hand received a 90-foot pass the length of the floor. It was knocked off 2, 3, 4 hands. Knox grabbed it on the left block. He laid it up and in. And Alabama State, with 7/10 of a second to go, leads 70-68 over St. Francis. Welcome to March.
You thought Grant Hill, the Christian Laettner, was good back in the day. How about that one, 90 feet? And they won it by 2 for their head coach, Tony Matlock.
Just so proud of these guys. Again, man, we did not play very well. We got to give St. Francis a lot of credit, but we did not play very well. But we just talk about finding a way, and we got the W, and that's the only thing that matters. You're talking about, survive in advance.
Yeah, they did just that in a game that really was a classic. On the other end of it, the head coach of St. Francis, they were in the tournament for the first time in 34 years, but Rob Crimmel's team is done.
What a basketball game. If you were just coming through Dayton, and I've said this a couple times now in some press conferences, if you were coming through Dayton and just looking for a college basketball game and you happen to stop in here, 2 teams that left it all out on the court. Could be more proud of them. They left it all out there, and unfortunately today we were 2 points short.
Yeah, and Rob Crimmel, a guy who played at St. Francis of Pennsylvania about 25 years ago and now got his team here. But he's right. I mean, Nick, if this were a game in the field of 64, second round, up, whatever, this is a classic we'll be talking about for years to come.
Absolutely. Both teams really were stuck to each other, and Alabama State trailed for about 30 minutes of this game. Incredible mental toughness to hang in there, get over the top, and then obviously make the clutch play down the stretch.
His team, Tony Madlock's team, won a game, first team to win a game in the tournament in 14 years with 1 or fewer made free throws.
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
That's really, really challenging.
Yeah, but they did it 70-68 with the win. Now they'll get Auburn in Lexington. Sure, bring on the overall number 1 seed Thursday afternoon. It is all North Carolina and Dayton, 47-23 over San Diego State. Coming up on the other side, we'll preview tomorrow's second of the at-large games as well between Texas and Xavier. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible result in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Jason Horowitz, Nick Baugh, happy to have you back with us here in our Westwood One Broadcast Center in Los Angeles. Halftime, game number 2 here of this first 4. North Carolina dominating San Diego State 47-23. We checked the schedule of tournament games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by the 2027 X15 engine from Cummins. Featuring better fuel efficiency, immense power, and backed by 25-plus years of experience, the 2027 X15 is built to rise above the challenges of tomorrow. The X15, forever rising. Back on the air tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, as we get ready for the other 16-seed matchup, American University and Mount St. Mary's. The winner will take on Duke on Friday. And then tomorrow night, Texas and Xavier, another pair of 11 seeds. And for Texas, one of the stories of this tournament, the record-shattering 14 SEC teams, the last of those, Rodney Terry's squad.
You knew as you prepared for conference play, it was going to be a monster year in terms of every night there were no nights off. You had to bring your A game. You don't play with the level of urgency that you have to play with, you'll get beat whether you're at home or you're on the road. So our teams are battle-tested. Now we got to go out and we got to do it, when it counts most here in March.
His Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners have tied the record for the worst conference winning percentage of any team that made an at-large in the history of the tournament. They were both 6-12 in the SEC, but they're in the field because of all the damage they did in the non-conference and, of course, how good the SEC is. On the other side, Xavier was 1 win against Quad 1 opponents, but Sean Miller's squad got there, and they've changed as the year's gone on.
we like to play the game with pace and movement on offense. We utilize the three-point shot. However, I think that getting to the free throw line and being able to be strong on offense is also part of who we are. But we're a man-to-man defensive team, and I think where we once were and where we are today are two different places. And, I think a big challenge for us is to be that defensive team against, a really good Texas team.
A really good Texas team, Nick, that has a really good player who can go for 40 on a given night.
No doubt. And you start the conversation there. Sometimes basketball can get simplified, especially in the NCAA tournament. Who's got the best player on the floor? Texas has the best player on the floor, and Trey Johnson. He averages just under 20 points per game. And so there's going to be a lot of stress put on the two wing defenders for Xavier. Swain and Marcus Foster are going to take turns trying to slow him down. As Sean Miller, you heard there, Xavier's really improved as a defensive team because offensively, Xavier is terrific, especially in the open floor.
Xavier should have a home court advantage, too. Cincinnati and Dayton not very far apart.
Agreed.
Obviously, Austin to Dayton a lot farther.
Yeah, that stuff matters, too. It makes a difference. Xavier's got a heck of a fan base. If you've ever had an opportunity to either call a game or watch a game inside the Cintas Center, that place is always rocking. The name to remember, though, for Xavier, Ryan Conwell, lefty, three-point shooter, transfer from Indiana State a year ago. He went off for 38 points in Xavier's last game against Marquette. He is an elite three-point shooter. Xavier has been playing their best basketball of the season. They're 7-1 here down the stretch in their last 8 games. I think Xavier's got the makings of a team that could potentially go on a run.
A reminder, that will be the last of the first 4 games tomorrow night, and then we'll get going on Thursday, wall-to-wall action, 16 games Thursday and Friday. It all gets going at 11 a.m. Eastern with the tournament today, and there are so many places you can listen to our coverage of the tournament. If you can't catch the broadcast on the radio, Westwood1Sports.com, NCAA.com, your Alexa-enabled devices. All you got to do is open Westwood One Sports, or we're on your apps, the Varsity Network app. You got the NCAA March Madness app, and the all-new, easy-to-use Westwood One Sports app. You pick and choose where you want to go. Right now, North Carolina wants to go to Milwaukee, and they're leading San Diego State by 24 at the half. We go back to Dayton on the other side. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
A dog? I'm not. I was born for a purpose. To bring you hope. To guide you out of darkness. To stand by you as you rediscover life. When past battles cloud your mind, I push them away. You tell me I'm your hero, just as you are mine. You hold me when you're afraid, whisper that I saved you. With me by your side, no challenge is too great, no night too dark. I'm your guide, your companion, your friend, your light. A dog? I'm not. With me, you see the world again.
Discover hope at Dogs Inc. Visit us at dogsinc.org to learn more.
The mission of Paralyzed Veterans of America is clear. Accessibility. Veterans who have served and sacrificed the best of themselves deserve access to the best our country has to offer. Access to meaningful employment. Access to the veterans' benefits they've earned. Accessible homes and vehicles. And access to every part of their communities. With PVA staff working inside VA hospitals, no other veterans organization has provided more real-time, ongoing support for paralyzed veterans and their families. PVA is proud to serve veterans across all branches, all generations, and all conflicts. Our nation's heroes fought for your independence. Join PVA in fighting for theirs at pva.org.
Back in Dayton, Ohio, after a thrilling first game of the day, North Carolina has opened up a 24-point halftime lead over San Diego State. Tar Heels 47 and the Aztecs 23 at the break. Nate Gatter, King McClure, and our entire crew back with you courtside in Dayton. Let's check the halftime stats, sponsored by Barbasol. Barbasol shaving cream delivers a thick lather and close, comfortable shave for half the price of gels. Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. R.J. Davis, 11. Seth Trimble, 10. Van Allen Lubin, 8. Jalen Withers, 6. Elliot Cadeau had 7 points and 8 assists. It was everybody in the starting lineup for North Carolina, plus Trimble, who comes off the bench, but plays a lot of minutes. Getting into the act, the Heels shot 61%. 7 of 9 from three-point range. They made all 12 of their free throws. San Diego State shot just 27% from the field, 25% from three-point range. They went 3 of 6 at the foul line. And King, Carolina outscored San Diego State in the paint, off of turnovers, on fast breaks, from the bench. They dominated them from behind the arc. At the foul line, they had 10 assists on 14 made field goals. I mean, there is nothing on this stat sheet that gives San Diego State any hope whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, even their defense. The defense didn't look like the typical San Diego State defense that turns teams over, that speeds you up, that forces you to go run into Guath down low and he can reject it and send it into the stands. Their defense didn't even look the same, and that's the bigger concern. Offensively, we know they have their struggles and they always haven't been great, but defensively, that's something that really typically never wavers with a San Diego State team. So that's the bigger concern. Going into halftime, that's not who San Diego State was. That first half of basketball is not San Diego State, and I know that was the message.
And to your point, toward the end of the first half, North Carolina even out-toughed San Diego State, which is not something you would have ever expected to say coming into this game. We are at the half. It's North Carolina 47 and San Diego State 23. The second half is coming up. You're listening to the Men's Basketball Tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot doot, and sometimes it's like grrrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Westwood One presents Great Moments in Tournament History.
It was May Day for all opponents in March and April of 2005, as North Carolina's Sean May averaged 22 points and 12 rebounds during the Tar Heels' run to the Final Four. When they reached the title game, he showed his teammates video of his dad, Scott, winning it all in 1976 with Indiana. And then he proceeded to create his own highlight reel.
Here comes May. Sideline pass to Noel. Picked up by Williams. He dribbles to the top of the key. Bouncing a ball left of the lane. Caught by May. He does a 360. He spins in the lane. His jump shot good. What a spectacular acrobatic move by the big man. Dancing and spinning and hitting the shot. And he puts Carolina up by 7.
Part of his game-high 26 points on 10 of 11 shooting as the Tar Heels captured the school's 4th national championship. With another great moment in tournament history, I'm Kevin Kugler.
Back in Dayton, where Sean May is no doubt happy with what he saw in the first 20 minutes. He's across the way on the Carolina bench as an assistant coach to Hubert Davis in Carolina blue. The Tar Heels are on top of San Diego State 47-23 at the break. Time now to connect with our analysts for the second half keys, sponsored by Wago. Trust your game, trust your wiring with Wago electrical connectors. Gear up at wago.com/hoops for your next electrical project. All right, King, let's start with North Carolina.
They got to keep doing what they're doing. Keep doing what they are doing. Stay connected on the offensive side. Elliot Cadeau sharing the basketball. R.J. Davis making shots. Defensively, take San Diego State out their rhythm. Don't allow them to get into any flow on their offense. But for San Diego State, like we said earlier, it starts from the defensive side for them. They have to go back to who they are. 0 fast break points in the first half, and that's because the steals that they were creating early on in the game weren't leading to points. They have to find ways to get in the passing lanes, do what they do, get steals, and turn those into easy buckets. You get a few of those, it might get your offense flowing, might get some players in rhythm, and now you can actually make shots in the half court.
North Carolina 47, San Diego State 23 at the half as we gear up for the final 20 minutes of night one of the 2025 NCAA Tournament here in Dayton. It's time now for the start of the second half, sponsored by Indeed.com. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit. The winner of this game will advance to Milwaukee on Friday afternoon to play 6th-seeded Ole Miss in the South region. If they were to get through that game, they would play the winner of 3rd-seeded Iowa State and 14th-seeded Lipscomb. I think the odds that North Carolina finds themselves in the Sweet 16 have changed dramatically in the minds of many over the last 20 minutes of gameplay. The Heels have been to 2 of the last 3 Sweet 16s under Hubert Davis. Of course, in 2022, they went all the way to the national championship game, had that big halftime lead against Kansas and couldn't finish the job. Boyd off the action, has a right wing 3 for San Diego State. Make it Miles Bird, I should say, missed off the back iron. Offensive rebound by Boyd. It comes out to B.J. Davis. San Diego State attacking the rim to our left, trailing by 24 to start the second half. Nick Boyd crosses over hard, drives right, terminates on the block, spins back left, hook shot, no, missed it off the heel, rebound Carolina. Cano whistles a cross-court outlet to the left wing for Davis. He leaves it for Withers, left corner 3, missed it short, and a strong side rebound snatched by Guap for San Diego State. Aztecs basketball, B.J. Davis, transition, step back 3, he missed it, and Withers has an easy rebound uncontested for Carolina. Elliot Cano slows it down, jogs over the timeline left to right for the Tar Heels, leading 47-23, 1 minute played in the second half. R.J. Davis thought about a pull-up 3, instead a bounce pass to a rolling Lubin. He goes up with a layup, swatted back by Bird. Lubin corrals the bouncing ball on his own miss. 7 on the timer, he kicks it out to Davis. Step back, logo straight on 3 is good! R.J. Davis is 4 for 4 from three-point range. The ACC's 3rd all-time leading scorer, not ready to end his career just yet. 14 points for R.J. Davis, and North Carolina leads by 27. Boyd the other way for San Diego State. Far side right wing bounce pass top the arc, stolen by Powell, who was grabbed from behind by B.J. Davis. As he was crossing over midcourt, Davis was behind him as the last defender, and indeed, it's going to be a flagrant 1 foul called on B.J. Davis for grabbing Drake Powell, who otherwise could have coasted in for a layup.
Yeah, and that's just what happens. I mean, Drake Powell gets into the passing lane. He read the eyes of Boyd, and automatically you grab somebody like that from behind with no defenders behind you to protect the rim. Automatic play, automatic intentional.
Drake Powell is at the free throw line. He was quiet in the first half in part because of 2 fouls. He has 3 points, 4 rebounds. First foul shot for a 65% free throw shooter this year. On the way, off the front rim, the backboard, it settles home. Maintain X is the asset and maintenance app that brings your unplanned downtime to 0. Try for free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain and the letter X.com/MVP. Second one off the front rim, and it rolls off the right side, no good. That's the first free throw miss for Carolina in the game. UNC is 13 of 14 at the stripe. Tar Heels 51, San Diego State 23. Powell triggers it in. North Carolina gets to keep the ball after the intentional foul by B.J. Davis. Elliot Cano between the rings, throws it right wing for Withers. He lobs it down to Lubin in traffic, shuffled his feet, got away with it. Swing it around, left wing Cano, drives, lefty layup, swatted out of bounds by Guap. That's what you expected to see, but it might be too little too late on the defensive end for SDSU.
Yeah, run him off the line and send him to your big fella. Guap's timing is so impressive. He meets the ball before it hits the backboard and before it drops. His timing is extremely impressive for a big.
R.J. Davis works in for the left wing, throws it out to Cadeau straight away, back to Davis, pump fake, rise and fire, left wing three, thought he was hit, he airballs it short, and there is a foul after the ball had bounced once, if not twice. There's a foul called by Doug Sermons, the lead official on the far side. From our angle, I thought R.J. Davis was hit. It's the third foul called on B.J. Davis, his second in quick succession, but that was a very late whistle.
And you have to let the shooter follow through. And right there, if you do not allow the shooter to number one land, number two follow through, if you hit him on his release, it's going to get called 9 times out of 10.
First free throw is good by R.J. Davis. His first trip to the line tonight, 89% foul shooter on the year. Second one coming for Davis. Could extend Carolina's lead to 30 points. On the way, and good. 53-23 Heels with 18:01 to go. You can listen to Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament for free on the Varsity Network app. Listen to every game live or on demand. Download the Varsity Network app now and search NCAA Championships. Davis off the front rim and then to the left, misses the third. So he goes 2 out of 3 at the line. It's a 30-point advantage for North Carolina. Between the rings, Nick Boyd. His collegiate career is teetering toward an end. 4 years as a Florida Atlantic Owl. Went to the Final Four with Dusty May's bunch. B.J. Davis on the pull-up jumper. Hit straight on from 18 feet out. That was a couple of years ago when Boyd lost to the San Diego State Aztecs in heartbreaking fashion on Lamont Butler's buzzer beater to send SDSU to the final. Pick and roll. Cadeau finds Lubin, who keeps it high around his forehead and lays it up and in to restore Carolina's 30-point lead, 55-25.
UNC is getting whatever they want on the pick and roll action with Cadeau.
That's 9 assists for Cadeau, 7 points. Davis works off the left wing. Bounce pass to a rolling Coleman Jones. Catch and shoot. 17-footer. Splashes down. 55-27. North Carolina in front. 17 minutes and counting to play here in Dayton. Cadeau turns the corner on the right side. Slows at the elbow. Throws it out to the left wing for Davis. He drives. Bounce pass right block. Stolen. Lubin was moving in for the rebound as the pass came toward him. San Diego State comes the other way. In and out dribble by Bird. He drives right to the paint. He goes up and he's fouled. R.J. Davis was with him, and Davis will pick up the personal foul, his second.
That's just a good take right there by Bird. Bird needs to be more aggressive. He's the second lead scorer on this team, and if he doesn't help Boyd, they have no chance. But his aggression has to come from him to not settle for threes. Too many times he settles for shooting threes because he doesn't have the foot speed to really blow by defenders, especially smaller defenders. But a lot of eyeballs on this game. He needs to get going because there's talks about him being in the second round now, second round draft pick. But if he continues the way that he's been playing, his lack of aggressiveness, his stock could plummet.
It gets both free throws. North Carolina at the other end. Elliot Cadeau feeds Jalen Withers for a double clutch layup up and in. Cadeau with 16 and a half minutes still to go in the game has 10 assists. Nick Boyd at the other end finds Coleman Jones. Right wing three, missed it off the heel, and a foul on the rebound called against North Carolina. It's Powell who picks up the foul. That's his. Well, they put it on R.J. Davis in the official stats. It looked like the signal was for Powell. It would be Powell's third or Davis's third. And Powell's the one sitting down, so I think they have it wrong on the stats. I thought it was signaled number 9, Powell. Roth backs into the left block. He spins for the baseline. He's fouled, puts it up, no good. And he will get 2 free throws with San Diego State trailing by 28 with 16-17 to go in the game. They did correct the foul, by the way, to Powell. So Powell has 3. Davis still has only 2. Guath at the free throw line. He is 3 of 6 in the game. Has 8 points in 14 minutes in his return from that sprained right knee that cost him nearly a month. Free throw up. Well short, no good. Lowest seed in North Carolina's program history, a number 11. Team that's won 6 national titles, tied for 3rd most all time. Second free throw is good from Guath, and it's a 27-point North Carolina lead. UConn also has 6. Only UCLA and Kentucky have more than North Carolina. The Bruins 11, the Wildcats 8. R.J. Davis hand fighting up the court with Nick Boyd. No foul either way. Both wanted it. Davis slows his dribble in the midcourt circle. He gets a high screen from Lubin, works around it to the right, throws it to Withers right wing, and gets it back. Switch on Coleman Jones. Davis drives to the left, cuts back to the right, penetrates down the right side, throws to Withers on a baseline cut. It's off his hands and out of bounds, a little low. And he pats his chest toward Davis, saying, my bad. 15:53 to go in the second half. San Diego State will have it back on the other side, trailing North Carolina 57-30. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
When it feels like the world has stopped, good finds a way. Good is happening, even now. Good connects us, even when we can't get close. Good never stops, and neither does Children International. With support from caring friends, we help provide children and families with the critical essentials they need. Essentials like food assistance, hygiene education, medical help, and financial support. To learn more, go to children.org/help today. Together, we can help end poverty for good.
In 2007, Marine First Lieutenant Travis Manion was killed in Iraq after saving his wounded teammates. Travis's legacy lives on through the 5 words he spoke before leaving for his final deployment. If not me, then who? Words that today fuel the spirit of Travis Manion Foundation. Words that live in veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians who go out of their way to find a way, who help others with the help of others, who bounce back after each setback, who make good on good intentions. Through Travis Manion Foundation, if not me, then who, are words that can live in you too. Show the world what your character is made of, because character is invisible until it's not. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians at travismanion.org. That's travismanion.org.
Be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio with the NCAA Experience official ticket and hospitality packages. Official NCAA hospitality includes live entertainment, upscale food stations and beverages, appearances by NCAA legends, and much more. To be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio, visit ncaa.com/VIP. Nate Gatter, King McClure, our entire crew, producer Andy Garcia, engineer Noah Champion, statistician Mike Bloom, back with you courtside at the first 4 in Dayton. 15:53 to go in the second half of the Day 1 nightcap, and North Carolina leads San Diego State 57-30. This has been nothing but Tar Heels. To be fair, there's a vocal contingent of SDSU fans behind the Aztecs bench across the way to our left-hand side, and they have not given up hope, but it would take a miracle.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen stranger things in March, so you can't count them out, but they're going to have to get started very, very soon.
Lob toward the rim, and it hit the backboard first. Bird was trying to throw an alley-oop to Guath, and North Carolina comes the other way. That's emblematic of how the night has gone for the Aztecs. They have 9 turnovers. They've only made 10 field goals. Out high, R.J. Davis, who has been fantastic. Game-high 16 points. Has a switch on Guath, beats him right side, kicks out Withers, left corner 3. He missed it, and a weak side high-flying rebound by Bird. You can see that athleticism on display. Outlet pass to Boyd, runs right into Cadeau, mid-post left, and rises up for a contested floater that he splashes home from 6 feet.
Nick Boyd is good. His pace, his touch around the rim, he's good. He just needs a little bit of help.
Drive by Cadeau, and he is fouled as the ball popped free. Miles Bird can't believe it. On a whistle against San Diego State. That's the third on McKinney, who got the foul, not Bird. Cadeau will trigger for the baseline. He has 10 assists already with 15 minutes still to go in the game. R.J. Davis curls around the screen. Catch and shoot. Left elbow jumper. That's how they draw it up in practice. And he sticks it. 18 points for R.J. Davis to lead all scorers easily. He's nearly doubled up everyone else in the game. Trimble and Lubin have 10 apiece, the only other players for either team in double figures. 59-32 North Carolina, 14:48 and counting to play in the game. Left block extended, Quad backs in with the left shoulder on Withers, spins baseline, layup no, weak side rebound, snared by Lubin. On the run out, Trimble down the right side of the paint, contested floater off the window of the rim, no, rebounded by Quad for San Diego State. Bird on the run right to left, trying to go behind his back, but he's stripped by Cadeau. Here he comes left to right. Down the middle of the paint, he is fouled, leaping to pass. Nick Boyd has his turn to put his palms to the sky in disbelief. It's his second personal foul. 14-18 left in the game. 59-32, North Carolina on top.
The transition defense right there by Elliot Cadeau. One-on-one, Bird trying to attack. Elliot Cadeau, lowest man wins, just gets the steal and creates the foul on the opposite side. Elliot Cadeau, so impressive offensively and defensively.
Withers drives left of the paint, righty reverse, no, but a foul. And Jalen Withers will go to the free throw line. Download the official NCAA March Madness live app, and you can listen to every Westwood One broadcast of the men's and women's basketball tournament for free. Just look for the headphones icon on any live game, and if you're in the car, it seamlessly integrates with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Get the official NCAA March Madness live app today. Jalen Withers has a couple of free throws, his first trip to the line. 71% foul shooter, gets the first. He had those career-high 7 threes in the ACC tournament win over Notre Dame. Had been just 2 of 10 from three-point range since then, but he's hit a couple on 4 tries in this game. 9 points and 9 rebounds, more than double his season average. Another free throw for Withers. It is good. 6th time in the last 12 games, Jalen Withers, the second-year Tar Heel, has been in double figures out of North Mecklenburg High School in Huntersville, North Carolina. McKinney curls around the screen, pulls up from 16 and sticks it just beyond the right elbow. Carolina 61, San Diego State 34. Inside 14 minutes to go. Stretch pass for Trimble beyond his reach, out of bounds on the baseline. A North Carolina turnover.
Coach Hubert Davis looking at his point guard, telling him to calm down. I mean, right now, time is your friend, especially when you're up 27.
Compton, top of the arc, San Diego State, drives right, hands it off to McKinney. He pulls up at the foul line and hits it. Back-to-back pull-up jumpers by Wayne McKinney.
Get into your mid-range jumper. Get into the elbow. Rise up. McKinney knows his game so well.
Cadeau, top of the arc for Carolina. Crosses over, zigzags across the lane. Ball loose on the floor. It's coming up by Jalen Washington on the left block. A held ball. He and Nick Boyd both have their hands on it, and the possession arrow favors North Carolina, so the Heels will keep it with 18 on the shot clock. Download the brand new Westwood One Sports app and catch every minute of the men's and women's NCAA tournament, anytime, anywhere. Don't be left out. Get the Westwood One Sports app today.
We've seen back-to-back turnovers. We've seen a little bit of sloppy play from North Carolina, specifically Elliot Cadeau, the past few possessions.
R.J. Davis hits another 3 off the inbound action from the left corner. He has made all 5 of his threes. He has 21 points to lead everybody tonight. The 47th game of his decorated career, in which he's gone for 20-plus, the 12th time this year. Right wing Boyd, he attacks, he's bumped as he put up a runner, but the foul was on the floor, according to Doug Sermons. Goes against Seth Trimble. It's his first and the 4th against Carolina in the second half. 13:07 to go in regulation. Withers sits down for Carolina. 10 points, 9 rebounds for him. Drake Powell returns with his 3 fouls. Inbound, right wing McKinney, another 3, rattles out. So McKinney's mid-range jumpers did not quite translate to a right wing make. It just popped out. Carolina the other way. Davis attacks down the paint. Kick out right corner Powell. Working on the much taller height. Jump pass. Kick out Jackson. Deep straight on 3. Off the heel, no. Rebound loose. Batted by Trimble. He tracks it down. There was nearly a foul. Instead, it's a tie-up between Trimble and Boyd. This time San Diego State will get it on the alternating possession. credit to the Aztecs. They have not quit. But unless North Carolina completely loses focus with those sloppy turnovers, it's just difficult to see a way back for them. Down 28 with 12:44 left.
Yeah, they continue to see they're playing hard. And that's what you expect. You're in a tournament. You want to play hard. You want to give everything you have. Right now, the way that North Carolina's playing, San Diego State just seems like they just do not have enough.
San Diego State basketball attacking the rim to our left. Carolina in a man-to-man defense. McKinney steps into a straight-on pull-up three. Missed it right. And the rebound yanked down by Jalen Washington for North Carolina. Heels out right to left. I should say left to right, attacking the rim down to our right-hand side. Far side, front court left, it's R.J. Davis. Lightning quick crossover to the left hand. He drives. Tough lefty floater, no good off the backboard. And here comes San Diego State the other way, right to left. Davis, Euro step, mid-post left, puts up the floater, no good, but a foul on Seth Trimble, who can't believe it. He said his arms were straight up and down. That's the second personal on Trimble in a matter of moments. And 2 free throws coming up for B.J. Davis. One would think, actually, they're going to put the foul on the floor. So it must have been the body of Trimble cutting off the driving Davis that the officials didn't like. R.J. Davis sits down for North Carolina to a big hand from the folks in blue. San Diego State basketball to Gorville, near side left corner, gets a screen, curls to the top of the arc. Rifles a pass to B.J. Davis to the right wing. He works in on the baseline, pull up 10-footer, missed it. Seth Trimble has the rebound. Carolina on the run out. Cano throws the lob for Jackson. His dunk wouldn't go. Trimble follows it up and lays it up and in.
Oh, Jackson trying to catch a body. And Davis, goodness gracious.
North Carolina up by 30, 11:40 to go. To Gorville in the paint. His right-hand floater, a wild shot. Got the backboard of the rim, no good. And Carolina brings it out left to right. With a true freshman, Ian Jackson, who's kind of fallen out of favor. He pulls up straight on and hits a three. First bucket for Ian Jackson after 4 straight misses. He played a season-low 11 minutes against Duke on Friday. His minutes and his production have dropped precipitously in March. A guy who averaged 12.5 points a game this year. He has been a virtual non-factor on the offensive end for Carolina down the stretch. Far side right wing Davis. He attacks. Switches hands. Lefty floater goes plus a foul. Top shot by B.J. Davis. And he'll be at the line after the break. 11:07 remaining second half. North Carolina 69. San Diego State 38. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Selling your home, it's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. You could go it alone, trying to navigate market trends, determine fair pricing, and tackle tricky negotiations on your own. You could second-guess every decision, wondering if you're doing it right. Then there's the showings, the offers, and the mountain of paperwork. Or you could work with the expertise of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect as you make your next big move. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
It's time for basketball, and right now, Uber Eats has deals on Burger King, Buffalo Wild Wings, KFC, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a burger. Get game day deals now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Keep your engines healthy with stable in-season protection. Enable your engine to run cleaner, smoother, and stronger than ever before. A simple way to keep your engines running like new. At every fill-up, start with stable in-season protection.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships. Nate Gatter and King McClure here at our Grainger broadcast position in Dayton. Stay on top of your game with Grainger. Get the industrial-grade products right when you need them to help your business move forward when you call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com. North Carolina 69, San Diego State 38 with 11:07 to go second half. B.J. Davis is at the foul line for San Diego State after he got a bucket plus a foul before the break. He puts up his first free throw of the night and gets it. Sophomore from Modesto, California, 78% foul shooter this year, passes in on the three-point play. 69-39 is the score. Carolina basketball moving from left to right. Elliot Cadeau between the rings. Bounce pass near side right. Drake Powell. Extra pass right corner. Seth Trimble. He wanted to go on an entry pass into the post against Washington, who's working against a much smaller B.J. Davis. Couldn't get it. Cadeau drives to the right side. He lays it up and a goaltend. It was swatted by Heide, but a goaltend is the call. They'll review it at the next dead ball. It looked from here like that was the right whistle. 100%.
When he blew by his defender and got it on the glass, Heide touched it after the ball was on the glass. Automatic goaltend.
So as it stands, a 71-39 Carolina lead. That's 9 points and 10 assists for Elliot Cadeau, who has 2 double-doubles in his 2-year North Carolina career, both this year. Pass to Heide on the right block extended. Backs in on Washington. Pivots toward the middle. Then to the baseline. Back to the middle. Lefty hook. No good. Left it short, but a foul. More free throws coming for San Diego State. We've already done our Coles fact of the game. But how about this? R.J. Davis is 5 for 5 on threes. Only one other North Carolina player has ever gone 5 for 5 from deep in an NCAA tournament game. It was Hubert Davis in 1991 against Eastern Michigan. And Hubert Davis now patrolling the North Carolina sideline across the way in some very clean white Nike kicks.
Suit jacket is nice too. The whole ensemble, the whole fit is extremely well put together.
It's just a slightly darker blue than Carolina blue with the white checks up and down and across, longitudinal, latitudinal, navy pants, white shirt. It's a good look.
It's a really good look. I hope when I'm his age, I'm able to pull that off.
Heide free throw, no good. What are you saying about Hubert? He's 54.
I know, I got a long ways to go, though.
Okay.
It's almost double my age.
I'm going to tell him you said that.
No, but I'm not saying he's old. I'm just saying when I'm his age. There's a major difference.
You're treading into dangerous territory.
It's all about the way you phrase it. Because when you say, you're old, but I get to be old. No. It's when I get to be his age.
His very young age. His very vibrant age. In his prime. Heide gets the second free throw, 71-40 North Carolina. By the way, moments ago, Miles Byrd limped off to the San Diego State bench, and that is a concern for the Aztecs. He was favoring one of his legs. Seth Trimble on the drive for Carolina, scoops up the right-hand layup and goes. 73-40, UNC on top, 10 minutes to go. I don't see Byrd on the bench now. Wonder if he made his way back somewhere with a trainer just working on him. It looks like he's down behind the bench. Boyd pulls up for a right wing three, missed it off the heel. He has gone ice cold since the early part of the game. Offensive rebound, San Diego State. B.J. Davis tries a left wing three and misses it. Ian Jackson clears the board for North Carolina. Heels basketball, 33-point lead, their largest of the night. Ian Jackson between the circles, works in on Heide, gets his hand off him, drives right, lost the ball, but it's out of bounds off the Aztecs. Carolina keeps it. R.J. Davis is returning for UNC. He is one more made three-pointer away from the Carolina single-game NCAA tournament record. Multiple guys have made 6 in a game. Most recently, Caleb Love did it in 2022 against UCLA. Davis curls around the screen on the inbound, pulls up for a left side jumper from inside the arc. No good, but a foul. Short corner left side, about a 16-footer, and he'll go back to the free throw line where he made 2 of 3 earlier. UNC's most lopsided victory in NCAA tournament history for the school was 43 points. They beat Radford 101-58 in the first round of the South Regional back in 2009. Davis gets the first free throw. He has 22 points to lead all scores. And no matter what happens, you're happy for R.J. Davis that he doesn't have to finish his career with not only losing to Duke, but a very rare single-digit scoring game for him. Free throw up and good. He has gone past 2,700 career points in this game. Only Tyler Hansbrough and J.J. Redick have scored more in NCAA history. Davis will earn a 175th Carolina game if the Heels continue on to win this game. Boyd drives and lays it up and in for the left side. It'll be his 12th game in the NCAA tournament alone in his career. It's a third of the regular season he's played just in the NCAA tournament.
That's impressive.
Cadeau between the rings, drives right, throws it the lob for Lubin, who was fouled, trying to dunk it over Coleman Jones. And Jared Coleman Jones gets the whistle, his first personal foul.
And the vision right here on his pass. I guess we continuously say that, huh?
It's R.J. Davis and it's Elliot Cadeau stealing the headlines. Withers has also been good. Trimble's been good. Lubin's been good, too. He has 10 points, couple rebounds. He's made all 6 free throws. First one is good. That'll please Hubert Davis. 20 of 22 at the free throw line. The Tar Heels in this game. 91% as a team. Trimble checks out. Withers returns for the Heels. Withers needs one more rebound for a double-double. Cadeau needs one more point for a double-double. Second free throw. Good. North Carolina 77. San Diego State 42. Inside 9 minutes to go. Don't forget, we'll do it again tomorrow, 6:30 Eastern Time. Our coverage starts with Jason Horowitz and Nick Baum back in our Los Angeles studios. 2 more games here in Dayton. Turnover, Elliot Cadeau on the run. Left to right. Looking to pass. Bounce speed, right side. Powell, double clutch layup, and he floats it up and in with a finger roll. Assist number 11 for Elliot Cadeau at a 37-point lead for the Teals. Guap between the rings for San Diego State. Attacking the rim to our left. Between the circles, it's Boyd. He's bumped by R.J. Davis, who gets the foul, his third. And North Carolina is over the limit, so Nick Boyd will shoot free throws. He has 10 points, 5 rebounds, but he's been inefficient. 4 of 14 from the free throw line, or from the field, I should say. He'll be at the foul line for the first time. 75% shooter. Averaging better than 17 points over his last 9 games, but the shot has gone cold at the wrong time for the senior out of Garnerville, New York, by way of Florida Atlantic, 4 years in Boca. For his free throw, rims around and out. He will not get a second. Withers has the rebound, his 10th. A double-double for Jalen Withers. Out of the center circle, R.J. Davis on the dribble for North Carolina. Draws a switch on Coleman Jones, throws it to Withers and gets it back. 12 on the timer, 8 to go in the game. Carolina up 37. Davis drives right, steps back on the right wing with 6. Drives right again. Skip pass, left corner. Powell 3 to beat the timer. Missed it short, rebounded by DeGorville for San Diego State. Guap between the rings for the Aztecs. Works left on Withers. Cuts back right. Spins away from him. Lefty layup. No. Great move by Guap. Good finish. Cadeau on the run. Throws it to Davis. Right wing 3. It's good. R.J. Davis is 6 for 6. The first Carolina player in NCAA tournament history to go 6 for 6 from 3. He has tied the single game NCAA tournament three-pointer record in Tar Heels history. He has 26 nearly flawless points. And it's been nothing but Carolina blue in Dayton tonight. Tar Heels up by 40 with 7:31 to play in the second half of the first 4. There's a break in the action, sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Need more data so you can stream your jam mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. 7:31 to go in the game. North Carolina 82, San Diego State 42. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Warner Ladder proudly salutes Naismith Award-winning college coaches and all they do to help their players climb the ladder in life. What's better than cutting down the nets at the Final Four? How about doing it twice in a row? That was the story for Danny Hurley and UConn in both 2023 and 2024. After a somewhat slow start the first season, Hurley's Huskies peaked at the right time, tearing through the 2023 tournament and becoming just the 5th team to win all 6 games by double digits. In 2024, more of the same, but somehow even more dominant. Big East regular season and tournament titles preceded another romp through the Big Dance. 6 more wins, all by 14 or more, delivered back-to-back titles and the 6th men's basketball title in UConn history. Warner Ladder salutes the 2024 Naismith Men's College Coach of the Year, Danny Hurley, and college coaches everywhere. Warner Ladder, official sponsor of the Warner Ladder Naismith Coach of the Year Awards.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive knows not all rides are smooth. Meet Peter. He loves his motorcycle. What he doesn't love is wind. Which is ironic, because wind is a big part of the whole wind-in-your-face motorcycle cliche. But nobody ever tells you how relentless a strong crosswind is, or the cliche wouldn't exist. Not every ride is smooth, but Progressive has your back. Get a quote to see if you can save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Let's check the attendance, sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats is delivering game day deals from hundreds of your local favorites all week. Order now on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details. There are 12,561 in attendance here in Dayton, which is somewhere in the neighborhood of a sellout. Ordinarily, capacity at UD Arena is around 13,400, but that drops in the NCAA tournament because of the need to accommodate additional media and all the hullabaloo that goes along with March Madness. So usually the capacity is somewhere in that 12,500 to 12,800 range, depending on how things are set up in a particular year. So it's more or less a sellout. Boyd attacks for San Diego State, trailing big, leaves it underneath to Pharaoh Compton, who puts it up and in, plus a foul on Jalen Withers. North Carolina leads 82-44 over San Diego State in this battle of 11 seeds in the first four. 7:14 to go in the second half. We are right back to a timeout on the court. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Cause I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor, NCAA Division I women's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to get loud? Rep your squad? Get your players hyped up to go all the way to the ship? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
If you can't catch our tournament broadcasts on radio, you can listen online at westwood1sports.com and ncaa.com, or on any Alexa-enabled device. Simply ask it to open Westwood One Sports. Or when you're on the go via the Varsity Network app, the NCAA March Madness app, or with the brand new, easy-to-use Westwood One Sports app. 7:14 left in our second half of the first four tonight in Dayton. Nate Gatter, King McClure back with you courtside at UD Arena. North Carolina 82, San Diego State 44. This has been a Tar Heels rout. It is threatening to become their most lopsided NCAA tournament win of all time, which was a 43-point first-round victory over Radford in 2009. We're just keeping an eye on all the records, all the career highs. R.J. Davis has 26 points. That's his 19th game of his Tar Heels career with at least 25. Elliot Cadeau has 12 assists in the game, which is 1 off of his career high. And it is 2 off of the single-game NCAA tournament record for UNC, which belongs to Kendall Marshall. He set it in a 2011 game against Washington. Farrell Compton, the lefty, is at the foul line to complete a 3-point play. Shot is up and good. So it's 82-45, North Carolina on top. R.J. Davis, by the way, has an NCAA tournament career high of 30. He did that in 2022 against Baylor, a game that went to overtime.
That was a good one. I remember that one. Oh, they held on by the grace of God. But yeah, that was a good one.
Pass knocked out of bounds, and Carolina loses possession. Withers can't believe it. Tell me about that game, Mr. McClure.
That was a crazy game where they got down. Baylor got down big, and Baylor stormed back. And everybody on North Carolina fouled out. And then, because North Carolina was playing with their bench guys, and they ended up winning the game, I want to say in overtime or either regulation or overtime, and barely won.
You know, that's a credit to your character that you're talking about what a great game it was in one that Carolina ultimately outlasted your Baylor Bears. Far side right wing, Jared Coleman-Jones working on the dribble for San Diego State. Gives it up to Taj DeGorville. Right slot, he throws to Davis. Bounce pass, short corner left to Coleman-Jones. He gets mid-post left. He pivots out. He drop steps back through, and he is fouled going up. Air ball, but a 4th foul called on Jalen Washington. And Carolina's piling up the fouls in the second half. Not going to make a difference. Up by 37 with 6:35 to go. And Jared Coleman-Jones, the senior, in his first season with SDSU, 3rd-team All-Conference USA last year in Middle Tennessee, at the free throw line for the first time in this game. He has 5 points and 2 rebounds on the night. 60% foul shooter. First one is good. The hard part about this tournament is some guys' careers got to end every single night.
And it's tough when you go out like this. I mean, nothing was going for you at all from start to finish. It's just a tough one to go out on.
Coleman-Jones with a second free throw, and it rims around, no good. A rebound loose, and tracked down by Cade Tyson, 6'7" junior from Monroe, North Carolina, in for the Heels for the second time. He played just a minute or so in the first half. Did not appear in the ACC semifinal loss to Duke this past Friday. Jackson works to the right wing, step back, comes free, 3-ball is good. Ian Jackson, show him how it's done. Break the ankles, drill the 3. Carolina back up by 39.
Stop on a dime, snatch back. Nothing over there, defender. That's an impressive move.
Boyd works to the left block, steps through, he's fouled by Trimble going up. Seth Trimble gets his 3rd foul, and Nick Boyd will have 2. So you said this was a hard way for San Diego State to go out, and no doubt it is, because they'll feel like they didn't represent themselves in the way that they wanted to. Although it's not necessarily easy to go out the way St. Francis did earlier either, on a buzzer beater layup with 1 second to go.
I don't know which one is worse. You know what? I would say that, as crazy as this sounds, I'd probably say that going out the way St. Francis did is probably worse.
Really?
And the only reason why is because you look back at that as a player and you're like, man, had I made that one play, had I done that one thing, we probably could have won. So then you can't sleep at night. At least San Diego State goes home and they're like, we just didn't put forth our best effort. Like there's not one play that we could have changed or corrected to allow us to get back in this ball game or to win. But St. Francis, I bet you Cranford is going back to thinking, man, and I got that steal or I made that layup, we probably win this game, you know? It haunts you more, especially the day of right after. They probably not going to sleep.
Makes sense. I mean, the San Diego State guys, I don't think, are going to be gathering around a campfire in 20 years talking about, if there just hadn't been that call that went against us against Carolina. A couple of free throws go down for Boyd, who checks out. Good to see Miles Bird back in the game after he limped off earlier. He returns now inside 6 to play. Seth Trimble left wing 3, missed it badly too strong. And Guath has the rebound for San Diego State with the ball trailing by 37. 5.5 to go. A lob underneath Compton. He goes up through contact. Lefty layup, no. Rebound batted out toward the high post. Claimed by Ty Claude, 6'7", grad student from Goldsboro, North Carolina. And he is fouled and will walk to the other end and shoot free throws. Download the brand new Westwood One Sports app and catch every minute of the men's and women's NCAA tournament anytime, anywhere. Don't be left out. Get the Westwood One Sports app today. And join us again, 6:30 Eastern Time tomorrow night. A couple of 16 seeds doing battle again. Mount St. Mary's and American, sort of regional rivals, separated by only about an hour in the DMV area near our nation's capital. And then Xavier in Texas in the 11 seeds close us out in Dayton. Claude, the front end of the 1-1, missed it off the back iron. Rebound batted out to the right corner, and Claude tracked down his own miss. Little shake and bake. He drives to the baseline. He's stripped. The ball, though, it leaks out of bounds on the near side in the corner. Last off San Diego State. So Carolina keeps it with 15 on the shot clock. Tyson will inbound near side. It's an entirely bench lineup for North Carolina, though Trimble and Jackson are out there. They both play a lot of minutes, in particular Trimble, but he does technically come off the bench. Trimble works off the left side, drives all the way in, kicks it out. Tyson, pump fake in the right corner. He drives. Ball fake, got Guath in the air. Layup, no. Offensive rebound, Claude goes back up, swatted by Guath, and the ball out of bounds off San Diego State. Another fresh 17 for Carolina with 5:06 left in the game, leading by 37. Everybody in the lower bowl in Carolina blue wanted Kate Tyson to shoot that three out of the right corner.
Yeah, you got to shoot that one. Trimble with the unselfish pass. Gets in the air, probably could have laid it up for the easy two, but kicks it out to Tyson. You have to shoot that one.
Unfortunately, it looks like Elliot Cadeau is going to come up 1 point short of his third double-double of the year in his career. But 12 assists for him, 26 points for R.J. Davis. Seth Trimble walks in on the left wing. He drives to the block. He terminates. He goes up with the right hand and scores. Seth Trimble has 16 points, and North Carolina leads 87-48.
You know, North Carolina's not a team that I probably want to see in the tournament right now. With the way they played tonight, and with as motivated as they are, it's probably not a team I would want to see.
McKinney weaves to the foul line. Pull-up jumper is good. Wow, Wayne McKinney has that pull-up in his game. There is no question. Mid-range has looked good from the senior first-year Aztec. Southern California kid out of Coronado. 87-50, North Carolina on top, 4:15 to go in the second half. Ian Jackson, far side of the left wing, harassed by B.J. Davis. He works left inside the arc, backs it out with 7 on the timer. Drives again toward the baseline. Tough step back deep in the corner. Missed it short. Rebounded by Davis. He's on the run right to left. He goes behind his back. Drives on Tyson. Right hand scoop. Wouldn't go. Off the backboard. It's jammed in on the follow by Miles Bird, who is limping back toward the other end, but it didn't stop him from elevating for his first and only field goal of the game on a putback dunk off the backboard. Seth Trimble for Carolina, 35-point lead of the ball. Gets to the foul line, rockets one underneath to the left block for Washington. In and out of his hands. He gets on the floor to grab it. B.J. Davis dives on top of him. No foul. And a tie-up. The arrow favors North Carolina, so the Heels will keep it on the other side of the timeout. 3:32 to go in the game. North Carolina 87, San Diego State 52. You're listening to the Men's Basketball Tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
At Lowe's, our members get more. With the MyLowe's Rewards programs, you can shop member-only deals for your home and business every week. Plus, members earn points on eligible purchases. So what are you waiting for? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out. so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor, NCAA Division I women's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to get loud? Rep your squad? Get your players hyped up to go all the way to the ship? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
3:32 to play in the second half. North Carolina 87, San Diego State 52 in the 11-seed matchup. Here are the first four in the South region. Time now to select the player of the game, sponsored by Lowe's. At Lowe's, members save more every day. Join for free today. Lowe's, they help, you save. All right, King, who's your Lowe's player of the game?
None other than Mr. Bucket Getter himself, R.J. Davis. The way that he's been able to shoot it from three, that bounce-back performance against Duke in that game, the heartbreaker that they lost when he only had 8 points, but to bounce back the way he did today, extremely impressive. And this is the North Carolina team that's looking a little scary. And specifically, if you're Ole Miss and you're watching this game, I have no doubt in my mind that North Carolina can go take care of business against Ole Miss. I mean, you look at Iowa State, without Keyshawn Gilbert, I think North Carolina has a legitimate chance to get to the Sweet 16.
Ian Jackson, a left wing heave to beat the shot clock buzzer, and he banks it in. It's been that kind of night for Carolina. 13 three-pointers on 65% shooting from deep, and the Heels lead 90-52 with 3:10 to go. McKinney between the rings for San Diego State. Trimble is lurking, trying to steal the pass that was coming to Davis. It gets there, but Trimble wanted to go the other end and stuff it. Davis, kick out. Heidi, right corner three. Good. 90-55 is the Carolina lead. Miles Heidi makes the three-pointer out of the right corner. Make sure to stay with us after the game. We'll hear from Elliot Cadeau, North Carolina point guard. 9 points, 12 assists. 1 off his career high, 2 off the Carolina single-game tournament record. Trimble still in the game, even with a deep bench lineup now for the Heels. Near side right into the corner. Kate Tyson three. Rims around it out. And it's rebounded by Guab for San Diego State. The Aztecs have Kimo Ferrari into the game for the first time. B.J. Davis drives, and his floater from the logo rattles in. 5 straight for the Aztecs, who trail by 33. 2:15 and counting to go second half. Because Ole Miss will have been off a while by the time they play Friday. North Carolina's going to get almost 72 full hours off. Maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of 66, 67 hours until they have to tip it off on Friday afternoon in Milwaukee. That's very unusual for first 14. Oh. Jackson in his bag. Step back three, missed it short. Offensive rebound by James Brown, who goes back up and scores. True freshman from Aurora, Illinois, who's only played 48 minutes all year. But he gets the offensive rebound and the NCAA tournament bucket. McKinney pulls up and rattles in a right wing three. Off the dribble, McKinney is automatic. 92-60, North Carolina in front of San Diego State, inside 100 seconds to go. James Brown, by the way, who had that basket a moment ago for UNC, cousin of former Florida star and 2-time national champion Corey Brewer, who went on to 13 NBA seasons. Seth Trimble takes flight on the drive, double clutch layup, wouldn't go. San Diego State out the other way, right to left. McKinney pulls up, left wing triple. Good again! Wayne McKinney III bangs back-to-back triples. He has 12 to tie Nick Boyd for the Aztecs lead. And San Diego State cuts it under 30 for the first time in what feels like an eternity.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, McKinney been open. McKinney has been on fire.
North Carolina officially clearing out the bench. Seth Trimble, Kate Tyson, Ian Jackson all sit down. You know it's a good day when Hubert Davis is having to go deeper than the 11 guys who ever play and are on my chart in front of me. Anytime we're having to pull up the roster, that means the Heels have had themselves a good game. Ball handler is Russell Hawkins, sophomore from Charlotte, who's in. He gives it up to Ty Claude. Attacks the mid-post right. Fall away from 10 feet. Off the rim of the backboard, no. Tipped up, wouldn't go. Rebounded to the offensive glass by John Holbrook, the freshman, but he hasn't stripped. And San Diego State out the other way. Kimo Ferrari works far side right wing. He gets to the baseline, kicks it out, and a foul Claude was reaching for the basketball. And free throws coming for San Diego State.
Lopez at the line, shooting 2.
46.4 seconds left. North Carolina up by 29. First free throw is no good off the back iron for Desai Lopez. Senior out of Fremont, California, getting a chance to play now at the end of his career. Walk-on. Appeared in 3 games last year. Second free throw up. And it's no good off the back rim. Rebounded by Holbrook for North Carolina. There's about a 16, maybe 17-second difference between the game and shot clock. Mayo, deep, straight on 3. Missed it. Offensive rebound by Claude. Batted out of his hands by Ferrari. Ball loose on the near side, and a foul. Unclear on whom. Still no idea. Looks like it's on Claude of Carolina. And so San Diego State is going to shoot free throws at the other end. Is it Ferrari who's going to shoot the free throws? Perhaps. Indeed it is. Ferrari, the San Diego kid, grad transfer from Brown. Free throw up and good. Finished up his Ivy League degree and thought, you know what, how about I go home to Southern California, play 1 extra year with the Aztecs? Worst ways to spend an academic year. Second free throw is good. Last year, his senior night at Brown, he had 10 threes in 1 game, most by any Division I player last season.
He can hoop. You can tell he can play.
He gets a couple NCAA tournament points on his resume. Carolina will have to put it up one more time. There's 1/10 of a second difference game in shot clock. Mayo, near side right, off a dribble. 3 is good! The Carolina crowd erupts for Dante Mayo Jr., the freshman from Gaithersburg, Maryland, who has an NCAA tournament basket. 30-point lead, Carolina. San Diego State at the other end. 3 is up, it is good, and that will be the end. North Carolina. Rumors of their demise greatly exaggerated. You think the Tar Heels shouldn't have been in the tournament? They don't care. 95-68 over San Diego State in the first 4. North Carolina moves on to a Friday date with Ole Miss in Milwaukee. And boy, King McClure, I don't know that I'd want to play him.
Man, they came out scorching. But not just offensively, defensively as well. I mean, the way that they played, they looked like they were the top 15 defense in the country. Not San Diego State. But you can tell that this is a motivated North Carolina team. They are locked in, they're motivated, they're ready to prove everybody wrong. And shout out to Hubert Davis for preparing his guys the way they needed to be prepared in order to secure this victory today.
There's tremendous disappointment, of course, on that San Diego State bench. There were some tears as the clock was running out. But the Aztecs, like every team that makes the NCAA tournament, can be very proud of the effort they put together. North Carolina, though, rolls 95-68 over San Diego State. A domination by the Tar Heels. Elliot Cadeau, the point guard, is making his way over here, and we will get a chance to talk to the sophomore from West Orange, New Jersey. R.J. Davis led the way for Carolina with 26 points. He made all 6 of his three-point tries. But Elliot Cadeau had 9 points. He had 12 assists, 1 off his career high, 2 off Carolina's